What is going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 171 from the Sidelines. Dude, it is great to be here. I'm excited to get to our guest because it's going to be honestly like a normal day at the field. But before we even get into it, let me just say, bring in my co-host, Brando Baird. How you doing, you handsome guy?
Oh man, I'm doing great. I'm excited. In the past, it's always been Tuesdays that we're recording, the day before a layout drops. Now it's the day after, and we got a whole day of looking at it and thinking about it. And I don't know, I just even more excited, just so much more excited.
Absolutely,
I'm ready to step on the field.
The layout looks insane, and we're not really a layout breakdown podcast, but we'll talk about it a little bit. Why not? Because why not, right? But before we get into that, let me introduce our sponsors. Welts Clothing, thank you so much for everything you guys do. Make sure you guys use code FTS. Get yourself 10% off at checkout. Straps, hoodies, shirts, tank tops, shorts, socks, butt plugs, whatever you need. Welts Clothing, right? So make sure you guys use code FTS, 10% off. And then Hormesis Paintball. Thank you so much to Hormesis and Alex Frazee, Oliver, and all those guys over there for sponsoring this podcast. We really appreciate you guys, everything you guys do in the world of paintball with Hormesis Productions. And it was great. Got to see Alex Frazee this past weekend and some of the Dynasty guys. Got to play against them. So thank you to Hormesis Production for sponsoring this podcast. And last but not least is something that we are all very familiar with in this call right here, Capital Edge Paintball Park. Without Capital Edge, oh man, where would my paintball career even be? Like it was one of those things where I dedicate a huge part of my life driving to get to, a place where there's high level of competition. So if you're in the NorCal area, come on out to Capital Edge, have a good time, play against us. I mean, there was literally just a super big scrimmage this weekend with DMG, Aftermath, Dynasty, Impact. It was awesome. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, before I get too ahead of myself, but I need to look for more adjectives and other stuff like that just to fill in words instead of my next thought or whatever. But introducing our very special guest, a guy that I love with all of my heart, member of DMG, new member, put that in air quotes, member of FTS, Caden Spencer. Brother, how are you doing? Welcome in.
I'm good. Thanks for having me again. Second time I'm on.
Second, dude, that is true. That is true. And it's funny, we were talking about it in the, I don't know what the podcast is called, the green room. I'm learning a little bit. We were talking about in the green room about how the last time you were on, dude, you were a boy. I mean, you still are, but you didn't even have facial hair, right?
No
so
facial hair.
It's crazy.
I'm trying to copy the mustache in a different way.
It's funny because not only that, there have been moments, Caden, where people have, without a doubt, confused us multiple times, double-digit times, and it was funny. I was just showing some of my Polaroid albums out to some of my friends. They were like, "Man, that guy," pointing to you, Caden, "that guy looks like your brother, dude. He could totally be your brother." And I'm like, "We actually get away with that way more often than you think."
I've played it off myself. I was telling people at Sepple that I was you.
Yep. So it's great. It's great to have you on, Caden. Okay, one thing I want to ask. Here we go. Getting into it. What is it like being on DMG with Brando and I as teammates? What is it like with your personality coming into that team?
It's such a brotherhood. Like obviously, like you two have your podcast. You guys are close with the podcast, but even with everyone on the team, it really is such a close family, and it was something that I really needed and like wanted coming up, and like I could easily call anybody on the team. They'd be there for me. I'd be there for them. It's great.
Absolutely. The team aspect, in my opinion, it's one of those things where I have complete faith in my guys. Brando's that kind of guy where if I'm ever having a night where I'm like hitting a roadblock on ideas or something, I can call Brando and he has my back and he helps me work through it. Or Caden, whenever I'm on my long drive, like, dude, I'll call you and we're on the phone for a long period of time. It's a good aspect that we have on DMG. But Caden, I kind of jumped into DMG a little bit too early, dude. Don't forget about that, brother. Forget about that. How are you doing? What have you been up to? How are you?
I'm good. Just school, work, and paintball. Just the complete loop over and over. Work, school, paintball.
Cycle, rinse, repeat. You know.
Yep.
What are you studying in school?
I'm doing electrical engineering, so a bunch of circuit analysis and electricity and exaps.
I definitely remember being in an Airbnb and you're working on it. You're like, oh, I got to do a test. And I'm sitting next to you and I'm like trying to comprehend what I'm looking at your iPad. And I'm just like, bro.
I'm going to have to do that at Cup also.
Yeah, my brain hurts just looking at it. You know?
It doesn't stop.
So, okay. You've been working with electrical engineering. What have you been up to in your personal life? What are some personal adventures that you've been going on? Like, how is your personal life?
Honestly, I'm trying to get outside more. I've been doing a lot of golfing, working out, been playing disc golf, been playing basketball outside with my brother. I just been trying to go outside.
Dude, going outside.
Working out too, and not just by yourself, right? You've been hitting the gym with
Gabby.
Gavin Day, make him pay.
Gavin.
Yeah, little Gavin.
Yeah.
So now that it's really good to stay active, because a lot of people, once they kind of hit that threshold of outside of high school and they're not like an athlete, a lot of people just kind of give up. You know, a lot of people that I know, especially, where if they had to run a mile, the last mile they probably ran was in high school, where they had to.
I tried so hard on the mile in high school.
I mean,
I was that kind of nerd.
That's okay, dude. We had a test where we had to, run. I think it was complete bullshit. Now I think about it, it's so sexist. The girls, every single year, it was 10 minutes they had to pass. 10-minute mile, bro, I'm walking that. But guys, it would go down by 30 seconds every year you got older. So by freshman year, you had to have it like 7:15. By senior year, you had to have like a 7:15 mile time to pass.
Still pretty easy.
Maybe for you, buddy, Mr. Speedster over there, chill out. But okay, so disc golf, normal golf, frisbee golf. Did I say that? Did I already say that?
Yeah.
God damn it, dude, so bad at it. Man, dude, that sounds like a lot of activities that you've been up to keep yourself busy and active, because paintball is one of those things where you don't have to be the biggest guy. That was one lesson we kind of went over with Tyler Panilio last week, is he ran into it where you don't have to be the biggest guy or the fastest guy. You know, when it comes down to experience, he was getting completely pooped on by people that just had more experience because they were a little bit older, right? He was faster, stronger, but they just had more experience. So that's awesome, dude, that you're getting into that kind of stuff. But so tell me a little bit about this one, Caden. Tell me a little bit about this one. You and I recently went on an adventure down to LA. How was that perspective for you, bro?
Well, for one, it was really fun and interesting, especially with the very first thing that happened as soon as we got down there.
Oh yeah, dude, I don't even know if I think I touched on it ever so slightly, but dude, we get there and there's this dude that is cracked the fuck out, directly in front of, like, literally blocking the doorway, and there's like a security guard that's like stopping people from coming in because this guy's being all rowdy. So, Caden, I would love to hear your impression of what that guy sounded like.
Okay, so like you said, right in front of the building, and he's just harassing women. Just as soon as the person walked by, she ain't never seen a big black dick like this before. It don't bite.
Yeah, and
look at that big butt.
Dude, he's on FaceTime with somebody, and he's like, oh my god, that big old white girl ain't never big old black dick and a big old booty before, right? And he's like zooming in like right on her ass, and whenever the girls would walk away, like, y'all white bitches racist. And I'm like, oh my god. And he's like low-key like throwing a line out to me and Caden. Like, I think he talked to you at one point. And he's like,
he talked to us. Yeah, he talked to us. He was like, you guys get it? And we're like,
we're just like, we were standing there so awkwardly, right? And because I'm not trying to get into a position where I get in trouble again. And the thing is, that was during the day. People were like, oh, you can't talk to people past 9 p.m. That was like 11. That was early, right? So how do I, LA is one of those things where they're everywhere.
But you're not making an argument for yourself, a good argument for yourself. that means like when we go, you're not necessarily looking for all this trouble. It just comes and finds you. These types of people. So I don't know. At World Cup, like it's either you're at the field, and then you're at the Airbnb. Nowhere else. You're not allowed to out anywhere else.
I get in trouble, dude. I mean, and whenever you guys let me out of my cage, I get in trouble, or I ride a roller coaster and start crying. So there is no in between. There is no in between. But yeah, dude. So okay, past the crackhead.
Yeah,
what was that?
crackhead.
Where did we go? Where did we go exactly?
So we went to the Museum of Death, and then obviously the Elden Ring Orchestra.
Yep.
Uh,
Tell me about the
with
Museum of Death
with
before we get too
with
ahead.
the
Tell me about
Museum of Death, like it's honestly really traumatizing because it's so vivid. It's all right in front of you.
Yeah.
But it does give you that sense of like, wow, like life is really precious, and like I'm glad I'm not cut into a million pieces by some other person across the street. Like it was really cool to actually see though.
You know, I thought one part that was super interesting is when we did the money translation between I forgot, I think it was like 1850 or something like that for a scalp, like how much like an Indian scalp would have been like nowadays, right?
It was like what, 8,000?
Yeah, I think it was
for, like,
$8,000 because they were handing out, I think it was $200 in the 1840s or 1850s for a scalp.
$8,000 per Savage
scalp.
American scalp.
Yeah, per Savage American scalp. Not a bad ratio, right?
Damn.
Not a bad ratio, dude.
I could do that myself.
Dude, that's like, I mean,
Alright.
AK, that's like, you can do a lot with AK, bro. Now I'm like thinking about it. You know, dude,
Good.
you get 10 scalps, you're low key set for a while, especially back in like hillbilly days.
That's what I'm saying.
But anyway, before I get too ahead of myself on that morbidness, because on the scalps part, there were multiple pieces of armor, pieces of shield, pieces of weaponry that were made out of human scalp and human hair.
The trophies.
Yes,
Yeah.
there were a ton of trophies, right? And that was one thing that was so interesting because it was this mural of all of this huge depiction of like settlers versus Indians and all this stuff. It was just, dude, it was so graphic. You know,
I'm just thinking like made to damn near leather, right? With the skin.
basically it literally looked
Yeah.
like leather. And the thing is, you could
Like
tell
a
it was on
lampshade.
someone's head because there was the leathery scalp and then there was the hair, right? The hair that would like dangle off.
Oh,
You could-
still attached.
The hair was still attached,
Yeah, still attached.
right? I mean, okay. What was your favorite part about that? That really like kind of intrigued your interest.
Specifically with the museum, I really did enjoy looking at the display of skulls,
Oh yeah,
and like there was animal skulls, human skulls, and like they even had like the mummified skulls too.
yes.
Those were cool to look at, and it was definitely
Well-
less graphic.
Okay, what about it though was interesting?
Well, even with some of the skulls, kind of similar to like the trophy thing, they would purposely put like jewels into them to like almost, I think they said it was to almost honor them or like leave behind like the history of the person.
Yeah, and prove that
Okay.
they were like a warrior, right? Like
Yeah.
if like a warrior's skull would like was severely decorated. I mean, he would have like there were pieces where they had like gold teeth or like different like things drilled into their teeth where it would show that they were, you know, like a warrior. That was how they were shown as respected people in the community. And dude, I thought what was so crazy is the animal skulls, like the giraffe skull, like where it was like the whole like neck and head. Dude, that was so huge. I mean, I've seen a giraffe in real life, but like when you see like a dead like skeleton of it, I was like, what the fuck? The hippo skull? Like, oh man, dude. But I think the part that got me the most was like the suicide corner, where I was like, where we go in there and it's like kind of like a narrow hallway where you go and there's like some photos of people killing themselves. Am I allowed to say that on the internet anymore? But anyway, we don't get canceled.
You already said it.
I think
it's okay.
I think for me it was literally very first corner turning. It was the Black Dolly.
Oh yeah.
Just hits you right off the bat.
Yes.
That was definitely
What's
like
that?
Oh,
Oh
okay.
gosh.
So the Black Dahlia is like one of the most famous murder cases ever. Brando, look it up. Post some pictures.
On it.
Actually, don't do that. Don't post pictures
No, wait, hold on.
unless they're blurred. But so
How do you spell Dahlia?
uh
Oh, got that. Never mind.
DOLLY.
yep.
I think so.
Oh,
It was
really?
this murder case where I think she was a aspiring actor. She was very beautiful woman, very very beautiful. She was known for her beauty, and one day she was just found in a field and like cut in half, right? And dude, her corpse is so like mangled basically, right? But what was so weird about it is her entire body was drained of blood, like to where it is a corpse with zero blood in it, just laying there. So it's just like sheet white.
Yeah.
And she has black hair, so it looked really trippy. And so
Interesting.
the case is actually a cold case. It's never been solved. The murderer was never caught, but there were a lot of theories on who it was. A lot of people thought that it was a doctor because of the precision of draining blood from a body. It's very very interesting on how that was, because when you go in, there are these, I would almost say it was like a black room and like for photo studios where there's like a small red light where, not to damage, I think because they were original newspapers and articles, because I don't think they want the UV lights to mess up the ink on the pages or something like that. But it was just so interesting reading it. Brent, what you got?
Oh no, I see the pictures. Damn.
That looks insane, right? Just like randomly in the street,
Yeah.
or like randomly like on the side of a street.
Yeah, right. Dude, it looks like these detectives are posing.
Dude, bro. Speaking of
Like-
posing, there was this one series of photos where it was this couple serial killer, not like Bonnie and Clyde, but like on some Bonnie and Clyde type shit. And they went around with a series of murders and killed their guys, and they were taking photos with their victims. Like they'd have a guy like severed head, like hand over the severed head, shoulder, and like thumbs up. It's like, what the fuck is going through your mind to do that? And viewer discretion is advised, people. So this isn't for kids, but there was a photo of them cutting the dude's ding dong off and feeding it to him, and I'm like, yucko, that is fucking gross. Like, there's just so much detail about it, and it was just, obviously it's a little bit different when you see over the internet and you go on those websites where you can see people getting blown up by drones in Ukraine and all that stuff. When you see it on photos where it's like the actual like a thing was taken with a camera and then sent to a black room and developed, and that right there is the photo that was taken to photograph something. It was just,
it's captured right there.
Exactly.
It's frozen in time.
yes, and maybe that's why I like Polaroids so much, is because I can, whenever I look at a Polaroid, I can see and remember exactly where I was at that moment, what I was listening to, like just the little things like that. So
The emotion that you had, the fit, everything.
yes, it's one of the finest forms of nostalgia, in my opinion, and that's why I love taking photos like that. But
So when I went to the Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City, one of the first parts I walked into was about evolution, and standing there was the remnants of Lucy, the oldest known fossil.
we talked about this like a year ago. I remember this. This is so good.
Yeah, I brought it up. Yeah, so itty bitty, and I like standing there looking at it like, holy shit, like this.
That's a person.
We all come from this, we all stem from her. It was just almost being hit in the face of like history, like something bigger than me. It's just history. It's cool. Like, it was hard to wrap my head around it, right? And I really liked it. I was there anything there for you, Caden, that you saw and you were just almost jaw dropping, or you just had to sit there and just be in the moment of taking it in. Like, this is important. This is, bigger than me or something, in some aspect. And like, I have to remember this.
Uh, well, obviously it's not to the same extent of that since it's based on death, but I will say Hatch is probably Suicide Corner. That was definitely part of it. But even right next to it, the war display,
Yeah.
that was a big thing. And they even had weapons from the wars that they used to like cut people up with, and it's a big thing.
It was some of it really took me for a trip because I was just like, man, thank God that's not me. Or like there's this room that's kind of, they talk about I don't know what, Jonestown, is that what it's called, where the island where the guy got a bunch of people to drink the Kool-Aid, there's like a whole section about that, and it was just like, man, one man brainwashed thousands of people to just drink some Kool-Aid.
Well, yeah, because the comet was gonna come.
Exactly, right? Was that what it was?
The sun's gonna explode in 3 billion years?
Hey, bro. When I heard that in 3rd grade, bro, my mind almost exploded like the sun in 3 billion years. But the Museum of Death was so beautiful in a way where I was like, man, I am like so grateful that I'm alive, because we walked out and the guy is like the look on our faces when we like walked out, like obviously like I was traumatized, Caden's traumatized, my girlfriend's traumatized, and the guy that's working the counter could obviously tell, and he's like, hey guys, aren't you glad to be alive? And like we like snapped out of it for a second and we're like, whew, yeah, because it was just like, if you were to take the amount of people that we saw in there was probably like 5,000 probably total dead people of like in like photos and of everything in compiled together. There was just so much stuff, and oh man, dude, the look on Caden's face. Where there's this one room where it was like a theater, and we go in and we're like, I'm like, oh man, this looks insane. It's like footage of like Fallujah, right? Of just gunfights breaking down, a war-torn city, like stones scattered everywhere, trash everywhere, and then a guy's like going out there with like an AK-47 or something, shoots, then just gets annihilated, right, by like some kind of missile.
When I originally walked in there, it was the straight just autopsy where they're just cutting the stomach open, and I turned around and walked out, and that's when everybody came into the guy with the gun.
Yeah, because everybody's like, because dude, literally like they cut the guy open, bro. Spilled out is not even the right adjective to use for it. Like, dude, it was trying to be some 3D. It was coming at me quick. But yeah, I guess that's kind of like it with the Museum of Death. It was just so traumatizing and beautiful in a way. But yeah. Anyway, Caden, carry on the conversation with it, brother. Where do we go after that?
Skipping dinner because basic dinner.
That was lame.
Lame. We went to the Elden Ring Orchestra, and that was beautiful.
Oh yeah.
No traumatizing moments with that. That was so cool.
Dude, do you remember? I think it was during the intermission. We're like waiting for Tegan to get out of the bathroom, and this guy walks up to us, and he's like, "What's up, guys? I don't know about you, but Puino Fwadon, he was kicking my ass for about 300 hours straight." Do you remember that guy?
Yeah.
Dude, he was talking, and me and Caden are just like looking at each other. It's like, like we're nerds, but this guy's the next level nerd. You know what I'm saying, right? So that was one of my favorite moments of the orchestra. But tell me about the orchestra, Caden. What was your favorite part?
What was my favorite?
I've talked about my favorite part. I want to hear yours.
I might be biased because my favorite fight is Malekith.
Okay.
So when that whole part came, I was pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
Just the death, become my blade once more.
So beautiful.
It's sick. It's awesome. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah. I thought the composer of all of the music was so insane because they're playing exactly frame for frame with the video game that's on the screen. Like the amount of talent that requires. Because like every time I'm like, oh man, like I'm blown away with what's being shown on the screen. I'm looking down at the people with the instruments, and they're fucking shredding away, going insane, and I'm just like, oh my god, dude, like this is real
They
life.
had the cape on too. That was like positive aura for that.
Yes, dude, plus 200 aura. But pissed me off when she's like we come back from the intermission, and she's like, all right, we're back, and you guys are in fact maidenless. I'm like, this fucking bitch really just called me maidenless, bro. I do not like that. Do not like that. At all. But yeah. So, do you have anything else to add, Caden? But like that was so insane about the orchestra.
It's crazy to see that many nerds in one place.
For sure, for sure. There were a lot of people that were wearing a lot of Elden Ring merch.
So many virgins.
The white mask. That was.
There
cool.
were 100% virgins there. Like, we were outnumbered.
Like 100. Okay. You're not saying everyone there was a virgin.
No.
You're saying there were virgins there.
Oh, dude, like you could smell it.
Plus one if Brando went.
Oh yeah, add another one if you went, Brando. But yeah, then right after that, we tanked the whole drive home for like I think it was like 5 hours. We got back at like 2 a.m. and then yeah, that was basically that vacation. So
Fun day trip.
Yeah, Caden. Now that me and Brando have been hanging out a little bit more lately, how do you think that's affected you socially? Like, because I know that was a big thing for you that we've talked about before for sure. Is when it comes to talking to people avidly, right? You know how much we talk at paintball events. How has it been for you? How is it getting over that hump?
Obviously, it's definitely helped. Like even with you guys, right? I would have that anxiety of even talking to my friends, and I don't feel that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what I typically say to myself is it always puts me in a spot where there's no return. So if you guys are gonna go talk to people, I'm gonna go talk to people, and it's helped me get to that point of it's not that bad. It's just another person. I might not see them again. I might. It's just a conversation. It's not the end of the world.
Where did that anxiety stem from? What do you think?
I was just always a shy kid growing up. Like I was just a nerd. I didn't have a ton of friends growing up, and or at least like people that I was like super super close to, and was never really the popular kid. Just always in my own little shell.
You were an anime kid watching Naruto running to get your lunch?
I actually didn't start watching anime till I was like in high school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with it. I was a Minecraft kid.
Oh,
that counts.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, don't even start me about Minecraft. Dude, Brando will play Minecraft, but he refuses to play Fortnite.
Minecraft over Fortnite any day of the week.
I agree with that one.
I agree with that.
I agree with that one for sure.
All right then.
But dude, you should play it with us.
I'm Fortnite days.
Yeah, dude, get the victory royale, dude.
I'll never stoop that low.
I hate you, bro. That pisses me off when you do that. But okay, one question I want to ask you, Caden. What is your favorite team bonding moment that the boys have done as a team? For you.
That is actually going to be something I have hanging up here, Medieval Times.
Oh.
That's got to be my all-time favorite. And it's similar to paintball too. We're all just men just screaming.
Yeah. Something
screaming their heads off.
Watching something was just so, I wouldn't say primal. It was almost like what's that thing called? The Coliseum, where, I have my turkey leg, I have my beer, and I'm just yelling at a guy to fight another guy on a horse. It was just so amazing, because if I am correct, if I remember correctly, sitting in front of us were the enemy of the state guys, if I am correct, right?
You either right in front of us or like in front of us down to their left. Yeah, there was
Gotcha.
There was the enemy of the state guys.
And that's just one thing that we share with those guys that we will forever share. Yellow Knight, fuck the Green Knight forever. The Green Knight can never redeem himself in my eyes. If we somehow go back and we get the Green Knight, I'm not sitting over there.
We're booing them.
Booing. But could you imagine your home crowd booing you? Right, the people that are supposed to, that are wearing your green crown are booing you. That is some next level.
Later.
Yeah. I wonder what the Queen would say, dude, because the Queen was in it. The Queen loved it. The Queen
even
loved it.
the like extras that weren't the knights themselves.
Yeah. Okay. With medieval times, what else was your favorite part about it? Because dude, we went deep. We rolled deep.
Well, I mean, speaking of the turkey leg and beer, the food was really good.
So good. The
Like,
garlic
it was
bread,
actually really
Oh.
good. And I mean, it's obviously really cool seeing the axes flying and sparks going off the shield. But I mean, they even had like the random games too, where they were like throwing javelins through like tiny little hoops. And
Oh, I love that.
they had a falcon fly through the arena too, didn't they?
Yeah. You're definitely right.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Man,
There was a bit of extra stuff with it.
nothing screams. I mean, obviously, it wasn't an eagle; it was a falcon. So people don't come at me too crazy. But nothing is more patriotic than just seeing some kind of very large winged raptor just flying around a stadium. You know, it's very patriotic in a way. It gives me feeling some type
Very
of way.
American.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Brandon, you were there, right? At middle.
Yeah,
just
I
wanna-
was sitting next to your mom.
Sweet, I
I,
just
was
wanna
sitting
make
next
sure.
to Mama Hatch.
Sweet. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part, Brandon?
We were
about
down
that?
on the end.
I was stuck next to AJ.
Gay J. Nah, it was just the fact that all of us, again, we all bought in. You know, we all bought in. Everyone was standing up in our row, yelling and screaming and
Yep.
and chanting. Even Mama Hatch was
Yep.
next to me, and it was like, damn, you know, everyone. And I mean, hell, we even it rolls into today. We come off the field. It's like shit. If we ain't talking that loud, dude, fucking medieval times.
That's
you know,
literally
they
like
fucking
a
scream
loud-
your lungs off.
Yeah, it's literally like a code we have when we're just too quiet for a little bit. We're like, dude, come on, boys. Like medieval times, like we got to put on that warrior voice now. You know?
Yeah, we several of us walked away with voices being lost. We screamed a lot.
That intermediate time where it's like you're screaming a lot and then like you kind of calm down for like 5 minutes. I'm like, whoa, dude, my head is spinning. Like I'm low-key lightheaded from screaming, and then we scream again. Then I'm like, okay, it's better. You know, I'm back to that threshold of hyperness again. But would you guys, dude? We should somehow plan how we can do that. You think we could plan that out where we could be the knights? It's at medieval times. I wonder how much that would cost.
We already tried doing it last weekend.
Oh, sheesh. Dude, honestly, hey, that's why you're here, Caden, for that transition and segue right there. So, boys, this past weekend, we just had a dope super practice. But not only do we have a super practice, we got to dress up. Tell me about it, boys. How was dressing up? What were you guys? People know what me and Brando were, but what were you, Caden?
Yeah.
I was a Templar. I wasn't on the Knights. I
Nah,
was
dude.
spreading the word of Christianity.
Yep, and it was awesome because I mean I got a cape, right? And Brando, did you have a cape?
I didn't. No, not this year. No, I didn't have a cape, but I had a hood.
Dude, you had a hood.
I had the big hood.
The Black Klansman, dude, it was sick.
I had both, but I took the cape off. My
Yeah.
cape was way too long.
After like 4 points, I
Dude.
had to take the cape off. I'm like, dude, like, I was like, oh, grabbing a pod looked sick. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so easy. Then like when they started really shitting on us, I was like, oh god, like holding it down, like trying to reach back and grab a pod. I keep grabbing my cape right in the way, and I'm just like, bro,
Jesus.
get the shit off me. You
Dude.
know?
My hood. Every time I dove into the snake, my hood's over my eyes, and I crawl up into a bunker, and I'm like, oh, fuck. It was getting in the way of switching hands too. At one point, when I took it off midpoint, it spun all the way around, and the hood's in the front.
What?
So every time it switched hands, my tank would get caught in it.
No way.
It was a bitch.
What?
Dude, I don't know about you guys, but that's like a capital edge tradition that is one of my favorites, right? Like that's like to me that is almost like up there with like the anniversary where it is just so much fun because like I mean it sucks. It doesn't suck that we had a super practice, but it kind of sucks we had a super practice on the same weekend as Halloween to where we were still playing super serious, but we were having fun, right? But we were playing super serious. If it was like any other normal weekend, oh, dude, we'd be going crazy. We'd be going insane running at each other,
Yeah.
you know? And, man, another segue with that one. Boys, the super practice with Impact, Dynasty, Aftermath, and us. What did you guys think?
Man, I'll start this because since I was there Saturday and Sunday,
Yeah, me too, baby.
um, yeah, uh, it was like we knew that those teams were coming out, right? We weren't sure if we were being added into the rotation. We were ready if need be. Luckily, they needed us in the rotation at first, uh, so we jumped in and then stayed in it all weekend. And we played the on Saturday the WCPPL layout, which I was happy. When I was watching the games, I was
Mhm.
like, "Fuck, dude, I really wanted to play this." Um, it was fun. Really hard to get out of the pocket.
Way hard to
Middle,
get out.
heavy presence in the middle. Um, but it's as it goes playing against Dynasty and Impact and Aftermath, playing pro teams. Um, we uh, gonna have some close games, right? Not expecting to win every point. Uh, um, don't die. Don't die from gunfights. Be hard to kill. Communicate. Take whatever they give you. I think that's d- basics there. We'll give them a hard look, and then if we lose that point, cool. Let's learn from it. Let's adjust. If we win it, fuck yeah. Why did we win it? And let's go out there and do that again, right? Um, yeah, Saturday was a grinder. It was a long day. I don't not mistaken.
Definitely.
Uh, so we were out there till 3:30, close to 4, I think.
No, dude, I mean, we were
Um,
we were when we ran out of paint when we were watching because Dynasty stayed really late after Impact and
that's
Aftermath
right.
left. So I mean, dude, we didn't leave until like 5:30 realistically.
Yeah, yeah. We stopped playing call at about 4:30, and then we watched them run some drills for about an hour. Um, yeah, it's just a grinder. God damn. Um, it fuck. I don't know. I had some survivability issues, right? Off the breaks. Some teams are dynasties just filthy on their off the break shots. Towards the end there when it was just us and dynasty,
Oh,
we it was pissing me off. Because we cannot get 5 bodies alive off the break. 10 seconds in the point and 3 or 4 of us are dead. Like what? I I don't know what to do. Even the safe spots. The only spots that were makeable was the home.
yeah.
That was it. And I mean, we ran it 5, 6, 7 times, and they're just blowing us, and we're like, we're not even competitive right now. We were running low on paint. I think each of us had 2 pods. Dynasty was like, hey, one more. We're like, all right, one more. Don't really want to play it because I'm dejected all
Huh?
now. And we made up a game plan really quick. Reno, Reno was like, dude, I
Reno.
want to go to the center 50. We're like, fuck it, nothing else is working. Go, do it. And I'll run out to the Druida corner. Whatever. Um, and I we were waiting on the box for Dynasty to come out for 2 or 3 minutes while they got more paint, and it was silent from all of us. We were none of it. You could tell just the winds out of our sails.
For
We
sure.
didn't really want to play it, but we'll play it. Whatever. 'Cause, look, you're offered to play Dynasty, you take it,
100%.
right? Um, and so we point breaks out miraculously. All 5 of us are alive. Fantastic. Goes on for about 30, 45 seconds. We get a kill. Hell yeah. Get a kill on the left side, on the Dorito side. Um, I get the call that Paul's champion up the center. I was like, all right, dude, we're fucking cooking. We get a second kill on the Dorito side or on the Snake side or some shit. We're like, fuck yeah. 5-on-3. I start to attack and ended up closing that point out fairly quickly after that. 5 bodies alive, and we're like, we're done.
We're out
All,
of here,
all paints
baby.
are shot.
We're done.
We got our one. But so that at least we ended up on a good note. But it could be a fucking grinder, right? Hatch, I don't know. What's your take on it?
Oh man, I think that the number one most important thing that I took away from it is to make sure that I'm not hanging my head down or anything like that, right? Because one, those teams have been at the top for like a majority of my entire lifetime, right? And I embrace that, and I embrace that challenge, right? I look at it like, man, we're not supposed to win against these guys, but we absolutely have the capability of doing it.
Yeah, yeah. I even brought everyone together, right, on that Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
To because I felt halfway through that we weren't winning very many points. We were kind of dying sloppy and shit, and everyone it was just a little quiet. We weren't same energy wasn't there as it was earlier
Yeah.
in the day, and we're kind of spread out once we come in, and we're not talking about the game plan. So I brought everyone together and pretty much said just that, right? I mean, it's fucking top teams. We're not supposed to. Just like high body situations, if you're on the low body side, you're not supposed to win those situations. We're not supposed to win against these pro teams. We're not, but go out there, give them a good game, tough game. Let's learn from it and let's steal some wins from them, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say I would almost argue that it's better to lose against those teams because you'll learn what not to do.
For sure.
Like they'll never give it to you for free because that was my problem. Because obviously I'm playing the snake, I'm up in their face. I'll typically always see somebody's back. I'll like easily shoot like at least one guy. Never ever really had the opportunity. Didn't really have it at all of Sunday. It was so hard to do.
Yeah, and especially on Sunday since we played a different layout. I think we played, was it the Prague? That Prague?
It was a Europe one.
I think it was Prague.
Some European layout, and man, me personally, I thought we did better on Sunday than Saturday, but some other people were giving me conflicting information where, right, I was like, man, maybe that was just me. Maybe I felt like I was playing a little bit better, but I mean, for losing, guess not.
We did lose a lot.
We did lose a lot, right? But I thought that second layout was way better than the first one because at least we could fucking survive the breakout. You know?
Yeah.
That WC field, when we were playing Dynasty, what they were doing is they were like, we were able to make it to like the insert bunker on the Dorito side, like the Dorito 1-ish, and like the insert bunker on the Snake side, but they would shoot our middle guys. And dude, when on a field like that with the WC PPL layout, the middle guys were the attackers. You would trap the wide guys, attack through the middle, and it was basically over. Especially with Dynasty, when they're like, oh, dude, kill 2, these 3 left, boom, triangle of death, and now we're set up, and like if we move, we die, and then I mean they're Dynasty, so they're gonna figure it out and close.
Add them to the museum.
Right, add them to the museum. So, yeah. Overall, I mean, one thing is, dude, I love playing Aftermath because one, those are straight up dudes. Those are very respectable paintballers, and I think that they're kind of like us of the pro league in a way, right? Where they're not a top echelon team, and I think they kind of struggle with the same things we do, but in pro. If that makes sense.
Yeah, and I haven't seen one of the Aftermaths straight up just cheat us in practice.
Oh, that is so valid.
That has my vote, dude.
I'm on this.
Thank God.
Count me in.
I've seen a couple of them even come out on some hard bounces. Like, oh yeah, you bounced me twice. I just got out.
Dude,
fucking thank you.
That never happens. Like that is so fucking rare when people just like get out on like a hard bounce. Because I mean, if I'm being honest, I feel like we play like that, especially against ourselves, right? I mean, I would say if it's a soft bounce, like I don't necessarily say, I would say 50% of us get out on like really soft bounces, but hard bounces, like, dude, we're getting out. We're out of there, because it's like any kind of hard bounce in a tournament, bro, that ref is coming in, tearing you a new one, if you ask for a check.
Yeah, the probability of tournament paint bouncing from a hard bounce,
very, very low.
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that it's breaking. So I'll just get out. I'll learn from that.
Yeah.
I'll get out and adjust.
Yeah, 100%. And overall, the weekend with the super practice, dude, it was so much fun. I love those days where we're out in the sun. I mean, it wasn't even hot, but we're out in the sun and we are just grinding. It's like we have maybe 5 minutes before we 5 minutes in the pits, and then it's like, okay, we're out there again for our next point because we're doing like either a triangle rotation or a square rotation when every team got there. So it was the perfect time where we got to break down a little bit, break down the game, fill up our packs, talk about it, see where the initial play went wrong, correct it, go back out. but then obviously the pro teams were like, oh well, they're fixing that. Psh, fuck you, and they they hit us with a tit for tat, and that's the reason why they're the pro teams. Huge valuable learning lesson.
Quicker to adjust. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Damn, Caden, how was it overall for you? Coming in on that Sunday.
I mean, dude, like I said, we lost a lot, but I personally enjoy losing to teams like that because even with like layout practices, like losing sucks, but I would much rather lose before a tournament and learn what not to do than just win the whole time. It's unproductive, and you learn a lot more. But I mean, they're great players. Like it really teaches us a lot of what we should be doing.
Absolutely, and I think there's people on those teams like a lot of the aftermath guys. Those guys were really cool. Like whenever they would kill one of us, they'd be like, oh, like this is the shot that I shot to get you and stuff like that. Tyler Panilio was 100% doing that. So it's just an overall kind of friendly environment, especially like when we're not overshooting the fucking shit out of each other. I wouldn't really say there was really any of that this weekend. Not really any.
It's pretty mellow this time.
I would say there's.
Did anyone get mad at you, Hatch? Did you get yelled at all?
No, Chim wasn't there, so I did not get yelled at.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Felt good. It felt good. There was the last point on Sunday. I remember.
Oh.
I guess is the time where where tempers flared for like a second, right? So it's the final point of the day. We're playing Dynasty, and I'm playing the snake side. I get in the snake. I get a nasty 4-pack. Spoiler alert. I get a nasty 4-pack, and then I run the last two guys down. Like I'm slowly creeping the snake, get my shot on him, then run the last guy, and then the last guy, I put like 3 into his head, and then he's like putting his head down, like gun up, and he shoots me in the ass once, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And he's like, what do you mean, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I fucking peeled your cap back and you fucking shot me, And that was like the only time that it actually.
Name.
Yeah, that was the only time where tempers kind of flared even for a second, right? And it was cool. We were just like, all right, I love you, bro. And he didn't really say anything to me, so I could tell he was kind of pissed, right? But it is what it is, right? We leave it all on the field, and we all love each other at the end of the day. So
Oh yeah.
Can't complain too much. I love practicing pro teams because that's the reason why I came up to Sacramento, right? I feel like that's the reason why a lot of us even play in Sacramento because it's a relatively far drive for a lot of us. Me especially. Brando, it's like, what, 45 for you? Caden, what, 45 for you?
50, 45, yeah.
That's actually pretty normal, not going to lie. But, like...
But look...
People sacrifice the time to go out there.
Exactly. I have... What did I say? Like 7 fields in
That's
like
crazy.
an hour and a half proximity that I can choose to go to, and I go to Capitol Edge. I went to Capitol Edge to join DMG to have these opportunities, just like you said. I mean, Caden, you're out in are you in Vallejo?
Vacaville.
You're right over there. Vacaville, thank you. Fuck yeah, there you have what, 2 you're gonna pass 2 or 3 other fields, right?
Midway, Davis, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, and you go past all of them just to get to Capitol Edge, right? It says something, right? There's a pro team out of there. Impact practices there a lot, so it's for the opportunities. It's a good place.
Dude, especially if you're like a lower division guy, and you were to show up at a super practice like that, dude. If you just watching a high level paintball like that is so good for you. It is so good for you in your career because we were done. We were out of paint for the day, and I was like, guys, let's go watch them. Like, let's go watch for like 30, 45 minutes before the sun goes down. Because how much we probably had 30 minutes of sunlight left by the time we left, right? So, just watching high level paintball is so good for you. And me and Brando actually had multiple conversations with Mike Bianca, and dude, he was blowing my fucking mind with some of the stuff he was saying. Really breaking the game down X's and O's wise, where he's like, paintball is a game of why. Why are you going to the spot? Why are you breaking out this way? Why, what is your intent this point?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And Brando got a way more better schooling about the intent. So Brando, why don't you break this down on the whole intent thing that he was kind of talking about?
Yeah, no, he so you want to was pretty much saying that anytime you make a move, you have to do it with intent for a reason. If I'm going to this bunker, what is the reason I'm going to this bunker for? Is it to stop them from moving? Hold this lane, or is it to help my guy move up, or is it to I'm trying to get closer to bunker this important guy that's holding this. You need a reason why, just like you said, the intent of going to a specific spot to do a specific job to move along this specific play. And it's not just this one guy, or not just you. It's all five across the field.
Yep.
Right. And it's each bunker, each move, each decision that everyone makes, and it's crossed my mind. It's just not. It's never. I've never dove that deep into it. Right.
Yeah.
And he's talking along in between. He told us this between points that he was having Dynasty do like 3-on-4 drills, and that's what he was working with them on. He wants them to put it all together and go to a specific spot for a specific reason, not just it's just closer to my guy. But why? Why are you trying to get closer to your guy?
Why risk snake off the break, right? Stuff like that. Like, why go to these? Why take big risks? Why take little risk? The way he was breaking it down, dude. I don't know if maybe it's because he's like a paintball guru in a way, and he's one of the faces of the coaches show. Which, like, dude, if you want to get your paintball IQ up, dude, go listen to them. It completely changed my perception of like my intention of play at that moment. I'm like, when I went back after to Cedar's house, I was like, why do I want to go to these spots? Like, I had me thinking about my whole fucking life. Not even gonna lie, like why, like why am I waking up in the morning? It was just one of those things. It was just awesome. So straight up, shout out to Mike Bianca for that. Like, I want to get that guy on here soon, because I don't want to have X's and O's, Mike. I want to explore. Oh, we'll sit back and have a beer, Mike. I want to pick his brain like that. Get to know him.
A little bit of philosophy, Mike.
Yes, dude. Yes, because he was hitting me with it, and I had my gears going. Right, so I feel like
isn't that fun?
We gotta get him.
Because we were just talking with him.
Yes,
we were just talking with him, and he just like instantly like goes into that mode, and he's so chill with it, but he has a certain way of saying it, and it really captures you. It's like, I'm bought in. I'm listening. You got me. Yeah, he is really cool. That I don't think. Yeah, that was the really the first time I interacted with him. Yeah, I believe so.
That was my first time.
I talked to him at an event.
I think he definitely knew who we were in the community of paintball, because obviously through the podcast and everything like that, right? But I mean, I'm just gonna jump over really quick to a guy we met also with Mike, dude. We met a legend over the weekend, right? And this is I'm gonna segue this over to Caden in very shortly. I'm very excited actually how the way I'm gonna do this, but. Me and we're chilling there, and then Alex Frazier's like, "Yo, Hatch, you know who this guy is?" And it's just this guy fucking sitting in like Wrangler jeans, just fucking I don't know what he's sipping on, some kind of drink.
Well, hold on, really quick, like, because he's talking with Alex, and he's joking, and he's talking about, oh, you should have done this, blah blah blah. I didn't recognize him either.
Yeah.
Right, and he's just sitting there drinking and talking. So he's in the mix. We just don't know who he is.
Yeah, we're just like, man, who is this fucking random ass looking King of the Hill looking guy, And he goes, Hatch, this is Angel Forgoza. And I was like, holy shit, I immediately knew that name, because dude, like, in a way, he's without a doubt up there at like Chris Lasoya level, where it's like Hall of Fame-esque players for the early 2000s, And it would just, I'm not trying to like fucking glaze and be like, dude, fucking I'm a super fan, but that was like one of those things where when I first got into paintball, the footage I was watching, a lot of it was of him, like Oliver Lang, early, like young Ryan, like young Fedorov. Like, it's crazy when you get to kind of see these people that you had on a screen for so long,
Yeah, isn't I mean, I don't want to necessarily speak for people, but some of the top tier pros now growing up, like Angel Fergoza was the guy they were looking up to.
Yes.
You know, eh, just leading the way for Dynasty, attacking that snake. I'm trying to find a good video.
Okay.
Um,
Whenever you're done, whenever I segue, Brando, I want you to go on APPA or whatever it's called and see if you can look at his points. I want to know if he can play like D5.
so I was,
Dude, is that not a good
I
question?
don't know if you know, okay. I'll tell you. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
I talked to him afterwards. Yeah.
Okay. I'm great.
I heard some
I'm great to hear about that. But with that, when it came to like, when I in my mind, I'm like, man, this guy is a legendary caliber player. Caden, what do you want to like? What kind of legacy do you want to have when it comes to not only paintball, but you personally with your personality? How do you want to solidify yourself?
So this almost goes back to what we talked about earlier with how I kind of had that like social anxiety and like wasn't that social. I almost like I'm almost just content with putting my name out there, saying having everyone say, "Oh, that's Spencer. He was a cool guy. I could call him my friend." Like, just having that relation where like everyone just knows me or like would want to talk to me. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, speaking of kind of that, I remember one of my great friends, Anthony Hernandez from Oni. He asked me one day, it's like 2 a.m. and we're chatting in the Discord, and he's like, Hatch, if you had to quit paintball tomorrow, who would you be? And I was like, damn, like what would I like to describe myself as? Like I'd love to have my legacy as eventually a pro player, a champion, but I think when it comes to like what you just said with contentment is I want to be looked at as like a great friend in a way where it's like when people talk highly of my name, it's like, man, that guy, he had my back. So I kind of relate to that in a way, Caden, where, you want your name out there as long as it's in a positive light, dude, you're there to spread the positivity, right? It's not, I mean, it's not like I'm trying to be like a fucking machine, the absolute greatest fucking player of all time that never dies ever, because in the world of paintball, it's going to happen eventually, right? So your legacy, Caden, you just want to be remembered as a guy who was always looked at in a positive light, in a way.
Yeah.
Okay, so kind of with paintball, with World Cup coming up, what is so different about World Cup in your eyes compared to every other event that you've ever played at?
Well, it almost seems like an obvious answer, but it really is just the atmosphere at the event. It everyone wants to win the World Cup. If you win World Cup and lose every other tournament, it doesn't matter at all. You won World Cup. So it's like it's just the atmosphere. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've said it a couple times, but I'm not trying to like sound so sappy about it. But I mean, dude, you take your shoes off and you put your bare feet on that long grass. Like, dude, I feel like you can feel like everybody else walking on it. You can it just feels so awesome because everybody is there for the same goal, to win. A lot of people are there to have fun, but people go out to World Cup to win. I feel that's where you get. I'm not saying you don't get the best of the best out of everybody at every event, but man, people are playing with an extra 10% in the tank at World Cup. People bring their families. I mean, I bring my girlfriend, right? Caden, you're bringing your girlfriend. Brando, you're bringing your wife, right? So it's like it's one of those things where the atmosphere of it not only is a winning atmosphere, it is a community atmosphere where, I mean, at least for me, I was introducing my girlfriend to all of my NXL friends, right? Because you don't. In a way, at the end of the year, you're like, man, like I got to see all these people 5 times a year, but now I got to wait 6 months to see them again. It just feels kind of weird, right? Am I the only one that thinks like that, or am I just weird for that?
Not at all.
No, it's like extended family, right? Just like I had family members that I'd only see during family reunions or Christmas, big holidays. It's kind of like that, right? You only see them a couple times a year for a little bit of time. Yeah, we're there for a whole weekend, maybe 5 days in total, but you only see them for a couple hours for 3 days, 4 days, something like that. So, no, the atmosphere, the people, the connections. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to put my bare feet on the ground. I don't know. I'll drill barefoot it.
Oh yeah.
See if I could really connect.
Oh yeah, dude. The Sunday evening, dude, sitting on the grass with bare feet. Man, this is a very vivid memory that I remember. I feel like we've done this. Me and Caden have done this a couple times. But dude, like there are times where me and him got to go do the job, like either go load up the van or something, and we're just like kind of out in the parking lot by ourselves with the hundreds of cars, that everybody rented from. Everybody. All these are just rental cars basically. Nobody really drives to Cup unless they're a local. Everybody's flying in. So there are times where I'm just like standing there with Caden and I'm like, man, dude, like eventually this is not going to exist. Like it is so insane how time just keeps moving forward, right? We don't even, I mean, at the end of the year, everybody's always like, man, like what's the plan for next year? There's always uncertainty and unknown of what's going to happen next year, right? To where it's like, it's weird where I look out at the entire venue and I'm like, man, dude, at any moment this could be my last time being at a World Cup, And Caden, what are your whole thoughts on that? Because I know I've dragged you just into that question, but
trust me, I totally get that because I had this conversation with you. I don't know if you remember, like when I think we had it when you came down to my place, but even with like me having a motorcycle, it takes anything could happen in a split second and it could all be gone.
Yeah. And
obviously paintball won't disappear in a second, but
no, I mean, dude,
something could happen personally where it will change your life.
It's a great point that you just brought up there, dude. You yourself ride a motorcycle, and bro, as a great friend of you, that makes me so nervous because obviously I've seen some crazy shit, but knock on wood. So kind of when you're going through on your motorcycle, anything can happen. What is your like whole mindset about that? Like how do you process that?
Well, honestly, it's two things. One is, and this can kind of relate to paintball too, where it's just the thrill of it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a thrill of it, and it leads to a point of, I don't want to leave here with regrets. Like, if I'm playing paintball or riding or doing whatever, I'm doing what I want. I'm having fun doing it, and I'm going to do it until I can't no more.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And paintball is one of those things where, man, like when Anthony asked me that question, like, where would you see yourself without paintball? I'm like, fuck, dude, like, I don't know, because even if I couldn't be a player, like, I'd still be involved, right? I would find a team to coach. I would find a team to invest into. It wouldn't just be. I don't think it would ever just be gone, right? It would have to take something fucking insane, like a serious betrayal. But I mean, shit, man, it is so crazy. It is so crazy how the way the world works out, where at the end of the year with World Cup, we just kind of like sit back, take it in. Maybe that's part of the whole aura of World Cup is when you take it in, you're like, man, dude, like last event of the year. I'm not gonna see my people for a long, long time. Yeah, I'm like transporting myself back to where like I remember like looking back at like the sunset. I mean, Caden, I'm pretty sure you were there walking with me where we were finishing the 10-man. We're coming back to the cars. And, dude, it was like pitch black that like Sunday night. And bro, when you're at the field so long, because we were at the field in the morning from like 6 a.m. to like 7 p.m. where it's dark to dark. You're constantly expanding that energy. And World Cup's one of those things where I don't mind suffering through being in the sun all day. Like I'm willing to help whatever team needs help and just spend time around paintball. People are like, oh, like let's go back to the B&B and just hang out. I'm like, bro, I flew all this way. I want to be around paintball, right? Sure, you can kind of sit in some AC and watch the webcast, but it's different for me, I guess. I like be boots on the ground.
World Cup is definitely different. Yeah.
Right? And it's hot, don't get me wrong, but it's perfect. It's the perfect weather to suffer through in a way. If that makes sense at all, right? But man, dude, it's crazy to think like overall how much like involved we are in with paintball, right? We're refs at the local CPL, right? Brando, we're on the podcast. Caden, what is your favorite like CPL moment that you've had to ref?
Oh gosh. Favorite Steeple moment.
Do you remember when you was it you that hit the kid on the head on accident?
Yeah, that's definitely up there. So I remember I threw a minor flag on. It was this team of kids, I'm pretty sure. Threw it up, lands on a kid's head, and the kid.
He was
like,
dazed.
He's in a daze. He's like, "What's happening?" He's like going around and like, "Am I hit? Am I out?" And we're like half of us are just like.
Oh
he just got
shit!
hit by a flag.
He's a little
It
kid,
still
dude. You
looked
don't
like
know if it
like
hit his
a ball
soft
of
spot.
rocks.
Yeah, it was so scary because he's just like
Jesus.
like looking around, has his arms out, like he thought he got shot by like a baseball. You know, it was insane, right? And Cedars, Caden throws the flag. Cedars behind Caden. Cedars like, oh shit, we almost knocked this kid out. You know, and man, dude, I remember that one like it was yesterday, dude. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there, Caden. What would you
No,
say?
I mean that's definitely one of my favorites. The favorite parts of the Seppo is just being with the team. It's like you always say, it's the type 2 fun. So whether it's like getting spinal tapped by a paintball, or just doing push-ups every time a person gets run down, like the little things make it so fun.
And dude, you know me. You're my right. Now that I'm the head ref on field 2, you're my right hand man over there, right? So field 2 for life. I mean, we have this thing where we, as refs, whenever a bunkering happens, whenever somebody bunkers another person, I give like a hand signal out, and we have to do like 5 push-ups, right? So at the end of the day, we're doing like 180 push-ups, you know, watching all these people get bunkered. But that person is one of my favorite parts, because when everybody looks around and they're like, oh shit, push-ups, you know. And I'm not trying to shame anybody, but there's always that one guy on the field that obviously like really struggles with the push-ups. You know what I'm saying? So it's good in a way for that social pressure, to where it's like, we're like, all right, bro, keep fucking pushing through. You know, you want to be a part of this team, bro. Prove it, right? And it's just some of the best parts about suffering. But yeah, dude, Sepple. I actually love reffing the Sepple. It's one of those things where giving back to the community. I mean, Caden, you were a Sepple kid. Brando, you were a Sepple man.
I hated playing against Brando.
Grown.
I played against Brando back then.
This is 2 episodes in a row where 2 people have said that they fucking hate playing against Brando, because Brando was the fucking local Smurf that was going down in lower divisions shitting on everybody.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
I was the same rank. I wasn't smurfing. I was playing by the rules.
No, dude, you know how I know he was smurfing? Because, dude, you're like fucking Suri from The Witcher, but with your dad, where you have fucking elder blood, where you just have that Iron Man gene of fucking shoot, kill, win. You know?
You know, I only understand half of that reference, so
that's okay. That's okay. But
you're right over my head.
You still get the Iron Man part, right? That part is your biggest.
That's the only part I get.
I bet your dad is the kind of guy in that situation. He wasn't even cheering. He just has his arms folded. He's like, "Yep, that's my boy right there. I taught him everything he knows."
Do it.
You know.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. He was either paying attention like that, or just talking some big game with someone. Do you remember who I am? I used to be famous.
Yeah. Do you remember shitting on Caden specifically?
On their team, on gang, yeah.
No, but you remember like Caden specifically?
No.
Nah, I didn't know him yet.
No, so no, I remember the one event that you guys won and beat us, knocked us out in like quarters or something. You guys had AK.
And then
Smurf. Was it you or Logan that had the push with the skull on it?
I think they all. I think no joke. Logan and him both had that. No joke.
Mine was red. He had black.
Black.
This was black lens.
The blacks.
Mine was red lens. So maybe
okay. I don't remember the lens. I just remember the skull. The skull.
Aura.
So either you or Logan, I remember, and then you guys also had Little Ev, because he was running around with the beanie, the bear
teddy bear beanie,
the monkey beanie.
Oh, it's a monkey. Yeah. That's what it is.
Monkey.
Oh, so yeah. So I don't specifically remember that. You know who I do specifically, and I bring it up to him sometimes like shooting him out and be like, oh fuck yeah, dude,
Oh yeah.
fuck yeah, was Micah. Micah down right there. Because he was so much bigger than me, and I thought like, God, I gotta go up against this guy. And I remember like it's on a video. I think Dewford or something got it. I'm sitting there and like his shadow gives him away, and I rap on the bunker really quick and just put like two in him. He comes walking out, kind of dejected, head all down, turns around, hit, and walks away. Yeah, I was like, yeah. When I bring it up to Mike, he's, oh, dude, fuck you. Um,
That is so
yeah,
good.
no, it was fun. Those years were fun, Caden. Thank you. I will. You wanna here?
Oh God, flex inbound.
Look at my medals.
Thank you, Caden.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, those look good right there.
Okay.
How many times did you guys realistically like play against each other? Because for every event, right? Because you guys were several teams, right?
Two
Every event
seasons?
for
Is that
Sepples.
one season.
Let's see. You know what? You keep it stretching.
Yeah.
I could look.
Because I actually remember watching Brando when I would ref, and I remember watching him, and I'm like, damn, this guy is like stone cold. Like, I mean, now I'd shit on you if I came up against little Brando then. But like he was back then when he was like that was D4, right? Or was that D5?
Yeah, I don't know if we played each other in D5. I'll look, but
It was
I just
mostly
remember
D4.
you
I know
being a
D4.
stone cold assassin, dude. You never calmed. You just killed everybody.
yeah, I mean, I was a front guy. They wound me up and go kill.
I remember specifically because remember your push mask and I remember your CS1,
Yeah, push mask.
right? Because that was when you had your Cambo CS1, right?
Yep.
Oh, dude, I totally remember
yep.
you just dismantling like every single like divisional team that was out there. Man,
I think it's funny, Hatch, that you and I never really played each other that much. When I
no,
was
not
in that
in
division.
not in tournaments, never in tournaments, right?
No,
but
because you were already D3
yeah,
for a while when I was in D4.
and
But
I mean, and you guys had a really solid team in D4 with DMG Gang. You guys, without a doubt, I think if you guys like practiced more, but dude, you guys for sure would have been like that championship D4 team for sure, right? And I remember practicing against you guys, and it's funny because just like the attitude. Now you guys know me. I chirp a lot, right?
you had a
Way more than I do
legacy.
now.
You had a legacy behind you back then.
Oh yeah, for sure, right? So
Really quick. So we played against each other 6 times in D4, and then just once in D5.
all right, let's compare the record. Start with D5.
Oh,
Start with D5.
D5. Oh, they beat us.
Damn. D5.
Oh, actually, no. Wait. D4. Oh, wait. That might have been another DMG team. Hey, you're playing D5 then. No, scratch that.
Oh, so no D5?
So we didn't play each other. No D5.
Okay. D4 exclusive.
Okay.
D4 exclusive. We won 4, lost 1, and then we tied 1.
Nice.
Yeah, I just got shit on Brando the whole time. Love it.
No, because I remember, dude, Brotherhood at that time was like the team to beat. I remember hearing people were like, man,
Yeah,
like,
they were.
Like, people were like, fuck yeah, like, we just won that match. Like, we get to play Brotherhood next, like, so be ready. Or, like, whenever I was the Chrono ref, I would hear people being like, oh, like, hey, this Brotherhood team, this is the team to beat.
There were always the people moving on because I mean, my team, we were at like a top 3 team, like for a majority of the season, and it was always, hey, we're playing Brotherhood again. It's Brotherhood again. Look at this guy in his push mask.
Okay, you know what?
For me, I was being on that team. It was like, fuck. It was either whenever we had to play you guys, Sancal Alliance, and the Ninjas, the SAC Ninjas. Those were the teams who was like, God damn it, dude. Now, like, this might be close. It might be a little close.
Yeah, dude, what is so insane about how we all are now is just we all came up in that like Northern California area, and now look at us, we're all on the same team, right? It's a crazy world we live in. But okay, Caden, one question to ask you again: when you were, as throwing it back to like that lower divisional days, when you had to go up against a team like Brando's team, where like they were the team to beat, how do you, because you were a team captain, how do you tell your team about that? How do you hype your guys up? Like, all right, guys, this is the team that we need to beat.
It's the saying that everyone uses. It's 5 people with guns,
Okay.
and we it kind of goes to our name, like we're DMG gang, like go fuck shit up. Like we know what we're doing. Like we're a good team. We've won tournaments. Like they're nobodies.
Yeah.
Brandon, you're not a nobody though.
Yeah, now I'm not.
You're
Yeah.
somebody to me, Brando.
You're somebody to me. You mean a lot.
But dude, I miss those days of kind of like, I mean, D3, I didn't have to take it as serious, right? Obviously, we were just kind of chilling in D4 and stuff like that. But now that it's like, we have to like fucking grind, and if we don't, it is like embarrassing to lose, right? I mean, Caden, you and I have had hundreds of conversations about that where we're like, man, fuck, dude, we are so close to like making Sunday by, I mean, we go 1-3, but every single one of our matches is like 1 point, like overtime, you know? What from your perspective, how do you think we can break out of that as a team?
It's hard. I feel like with each tournament, it becomes a new struggle, and it's very little. Where it's the communication, or it's I did something stupid, or something of that sort. I think to be honest, I think if we connect a little bit better on, like kind of like you guys said earlier, the intent and what we're doing and why, I actually think that will make us move on.
That's a completely valid point. I think that when we have our meetings, especially on like Saturday morning, I think that's one thing that we need to bring up and be like, come on, boys, like when it comes to learning this layout, let's make sure like we know why we're going to a spot. Like if they go to this spot, where can we go and why to get rid of them? You know, what are the hot spots? Let's not just go and just see how far we can go stupid. Let's have intent on like where we need to go, right? We don't want to go too far to where we get trapped. That's a huge problem that I have, is going so far to where I get to the point where I'm in like this 50 brick and now I'm just getting pinched from both sides, so I'm just doing nothing. You know, and eventually run down, or I do the stabbing or whatever. Right?
Yeah, that's something I definitely wanted to bring up while we were walking the field. And you know, I've mentioned it to Chim before about everyone on the team knowing everyone's job, right? So I don't know. There's an argument the lower division you go, it's too much information, but semi-pro, I think that the more info, the better. Like the higher you go, the more information you can get, the easier your decision making will be, right? Because you'll know the situation more better, and it
Can I add something to that?
and losing it. Yes, please.
I feel like there's times when you, like what you said, is when you explain it a little too much to lower divisionals. It's almost like that experience really is such a big uplifter, because what may be too extensive for a D4 D5 player to learn, it's like to a semi-pro player, through that experience, your brain capacity is so much more, where you can tell a guy, be like, hey, this guy in the snit, like in the middle of the match, while you're getting ready to play that next point, be like, hey, this guy, the guy that you're playing heads up against, he loves going up over the top, right? And then you can kind of retain that information, like, hey, these guys love shooting the short shot, go far, to where you can kind of like call that audible way quicker off the break. Because I feel like that's a lot of things that a lot of lower divisionals do, is they like to do that thing where you switch on the box last second to make it look like you're running, but you're not there with the intent, right? Why switch it up? Why make it look like that, right? Does that make sense at all? Am I just fucking yapping, bro? I feel like I get to the point.
No. Yeah. So, you know, they're a lower division player might do it because they saw a pro do it. Well, they don't know why they did it, right? Maybe they got a read from the other team and the audibles and whatnot. And yeah, the game's just so much faster. You know, it's slower for us compared to lower divisional teams, right? It just we're moving faster, but the game that we're seeing is slower. So able to process the information a little better, think more clearly, right? Um, yeah, and what I was gonna say, you brought up about like walking the field and whatnot. Um, and it's not just walking it to see where to go and where to attack, right? It's also in situations, at least when I'm walking it, right? It's like,
Mhm.
fuck, if I lose this wide guy, like, where do I want to be, or where do I want to make the call to put someone else, maybe in this specific spot, to hold that side down,
Or even just
right?
switch a
And then now
job.
we make the
You
switch.
don't even have to.
Yeah.
Nobody has to go anywhere. You're just like, oh shit, he got through. Hey, Paul, watch this. Make that switch
Yep.
accordingly, and then boom, different game.
Making the switch, whether they're looking the other way, but I think also making them like, if you, it's like, fuck, what, like a broken arrow fucking play. There are one, we lost the attack or we lost the eyes on that side, and I know the one bunker up the field is the best spot to defend, uh, to slow them down. Like, I got either myself or I'm gonna need to make a call to make someone make that move. Like, I don't care if you're under paint. Like, we need to be in that spot to slow them down, or to give our snake side a chance to go and win this game. Right?
Yes.
The intent. The intent. Again, like, I believe my mind was going there, but the way Mike explained it, it's just so much deeper.
Yeah, and plus
Um,
with the way that kind of Tyler was saying it to us last week is find a way. Find a way,
yeah.
right? Like you have to find a way to get into that spot to stop the bleeding, or you have to try to find a way to make sure that switch happens to where your team just doesn't get absolutely destroyed, right? And just that a lot of that just comes with intent and knowledge of the field, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
And along with that, I felt so on Saturday, or not. I'm sorry, not Saturday. This past Sunday, we played. We kind of at each other's throats. We were kind of getting our shit rocked a bit.
valid.
We stepped away for about 45 minutes, had a team meeting, brought it all together, went back out to the field, and we're just playing each other, right? Because it was just us and Dynasty. Dynasty was running their drills. Oops. Um, we were just playing each other on 5-on-5s, and it was actually us three on one team, and I felt that, like, our communication amongst us three was
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
perfect.
I remember because dude, this layout there were times where Brando was actually like in the farthest part of the snake, and I'm like, Brando, come back, hit this middle bunker. I'm gonna take your spot, and we just did the switcheroo, and then we just opened that game up to where I think that the team that we were on, our teamwork was just working so well together. We were just winning, right?
Yeah,
When we,
that one was
Yeah.
interesting because literally switched all of our spots. I was the one, Hatch, you were the two, or it was the opposite, and then Brandon was the three, and then ended up I was the three at the end, and then Hatch was the one,
yeah,
Brando was the two. Like it switched, and we all knew each other's jobs.
yes, and I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest thing is whenever it's like you get that information, it's like, oh hey, we lost this guy. Oh shit, what is that guy's job? Because kind of they say worry about yourself, but I think a little bit of your job as a teammate is to know your teammate's job, right? Be like, oh shit, hey, that's
Yes.
our Dorito side eyes. Like we have nobody looking to Dorito side. Like let me take a second, snap myself out of the game, look back, be like, hey, oh shit, everybody's looking snake. Yo, Caden, watch the cross, right? Or something like that. Because at that point, we use the call where it's like, hey, we don't know where they are. They could possibly be far. We don't know. Get some eyes over there to where it's not just like a free kill that this guy's getting, right? I mean, there were a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
where we weren't making that adjustment fast enough to where they were just kind of shitting on us, right? I mean,
Yeah, we definitely weren't on the same page a weekend, and they would definitely press on that.
oh, that's an understatement, right? Dude, they were fucking us up. I
Yeah.
And the thing is later on in the day, we started getting way closer and closer points. After we had our meeting, we actually kind of won some points after our meeting because we were kind of like breaking it down, like, hey, this is what we need to do, like boys. And I mean, I called one of our teammates out. He was like, oh, like I made that move, and I go, dude, I've seen you move way faster than that. That was fucking sloppy, you know. And I feel like we all rely on each other to kind of have that like check-in moment where we're like, dude, like, you think you were fast? No, bro, you were sloppy.
Yeah.
That accountability is I think that's what just separates a team from wanting to be good and wanting to be great. You know, because there are times where people are like, oh, Hatch, you're just fucking yelling all the time. Bro, when you look at the way Colt Cow yells, bro, they're getting diet. They're getting diet yelling, you know? So, I mean, fuck. It was just an overall crazy weekend against Dynasty Aftermath and Impact. But, all right, boys. Not going to lie, I got a little game going on. I got a little game. All right. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, here we go. The subject is, and dude, this can go down any rabbit hole. I want you guys to be creative with this. Will these things happen in our lifetime? Yes or no, and why? All right, you ready for this? So do you think in our lifetime we're going to see humans populate another planet?
Now, you say populate.
Yeah, populate.
I believe we'll be on another planet. I believe we will eventually send people to Mars. Populate? I don't know, because, I mean... If we don't go through any mass extinction, like natural mass extinction, or blow ourselves up,
Valid.
I'll say so. Yeah, with like, give it 1,000 years, I could see us kind of populating, making.
I said it in our
That's
lifetime.
our
I said in
lifetime.
our lifetime, bro.
Oh, that's what you said. Oh,
In our lifetime.
Nah.
No,
Absolutely not.
you don't think so?
Nah.
Dude.
You know, I'm gonna go opposite. I think we can.
I do
I'm not
think
gonna say,
so.
Not gonna say tomorrow, but like when I'm like pushing 80,
Yeah.
90,
Right?
because I feel like every weekend I see something else. Oh, there's water on Mars. Hey, we found a way to make oxygen.
Hey,
Like,
Elon Musk
it's just-
shot a rocket and did a backflip and fucking landed back. You know, it's like we're getting
Yeah,
so advanced in our technology, right?
We're gonna do it.
I agree,
But-
right?
But what would be the intent for us to go there and populate? You know.
Because we're probably
What was-
dropping bombs on ourselves.
That's valid. But okay, you know what I think it is? I think that it's the whole argument is if we really are the only like species in space that actually has comprehension, which we haven't figured out yet. We haven't figured out any other species that is even close to what a human is or an organism that can actually survive. You know, that's not an amoeba. It makes me think where it's like, man,
Go down a rabbit hole.
if we really are like the first humans and like the only ones, are we supposed to be like the people that go out and, you know, eventually put our species on every single planet to where it's almost like Star Wars where every planet has different species of people because the evolution, you know? If you're in the sun forever, you're going to be like, "Oh man, you're going to get skin that's used to being in the sun, you know, in the desert, stuff like that, right?"
What kind of skin is that?
Man, maybe like sun people, you know, like they're all like they're.
No. I thought there would be another name for that.
Here then I'll add to this game. Do you guys think in our lifetime we will find an alien species that's not like an amoeba, but like say like even like an animal? Do you
right.
think we'll find that?
Dude,
in our
I mean,
lifetime?
I've seen plenty of very, very, very compelling footage of like some spacecraft that is like insane, right? Turning on a dime, right? I mean, I saw this one. I think this was the same weekend we were in Texas. There was this thing where there was an orb flying fast, and a Tomahawk missile comes. Brandon, I bet you can look this up. A Tomahawk missile comes in, hits the orb. The Tomahawk missile explodes, and it almost looks like the orb is completely fine, and it almost looks like it absorbs it in a way.
It almost has a shield.
Yeah, it looked like it had a shield. It looked insane. Brando, like, are you looking this up at all?
It's a spaceship.
You probably find it on Twitter or something, but anyway, right?
So
I do think there is
believe-
intelligent life that we just haven't even seen yet.
Yep, I believe in our lifetime there's a better chance that we'd find alien life rather than us populating a planet. Now the moon's a different story, but a planet, yeah, no.
First of all,
I would argue differently because if there's an alien species, it's gonna be probably outside of our galaxy, and that's a lot harder to get to than Mars.
That's if we're going there.
You think they're gonna come to us?
I think
Okay,
that's more of a
okay.
possibility
they already
than us going out to Mars.
I think they're already here.
They're already here,
Right, and let me just say, Brandon, to add on top of your moon thing, first of all, how the fuck did they get through the Van Allen radiation belt? No other country has even gotten close to getting through the Van Allen radiation belt,
Look,
except for the United
can't-
States on those
look.
times. That is such bullshit.
Absolutely, yeah. What all 11 times? Yes, that's not bullshit. All right,
No,
we
no, no, no.
have done it.
Buzz
and
Aldrin,
no, you
they
don't
asked
need an
him to
explanation because we lost the explanation.
No, no, no,
buddy.
no. Buzz Aldrin,
so
they
you shut
told
your
him-
mouth until they're gonna start come to knock.
They are going to start coming to knock
They're
because
start asking
they
questions.
asked Buzz Aldrin. They said, "Swear on a Bible that you were at the moon," and he's like,
No, I know exactly the clip that you're talking
Oh,
about.
yeah, you do.
Because they cut it short. They cut it short. You watch like all 12 minutes, and he like laughs it off, and then goes into a description about like what they did and everything.
"Then why don't you just say
I'll try
yes?
to
I was
find
at the moon," and just swear on a Bible.
Because
If you're not willing to do that, are you lying?
on a Bible? Whatever. Get that shit out.
That's valid. It's valid, but it's the principle of it.
What's the thing in the back
It's
of your
the
camera?
it's the principle of it. It's the principle of it because people are like, "Oh man, like the fact that you're willing to swear on a Bible. Oh damn, dude, have fun burning in hell if you're lying, because that's what everybody thinks." You know?
Ooh, whatever, dude. I just fucking.
I mean, back to the initial question. I think that I feel like Elon Musk is already. I feel like I've heard talks on like a podcast about him already trying to create spaceships that can hold like millions of people that are like ready for like multiplanetary colonization. Look it up, Brando. Look it up.
Be cool to happen.
No, he was
It'd be cool.
he was just talking about that on Joe Rogan.
Okay. I listen to Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I was listening a little bit to his episode. I could only take him in little spurts. He's very autistic, but
Who, Elon or Joe?
he is. Elon. He says it.
Oh,
too.
for sure.
I mean, I still listen to it. It's like, man, it's rough.
When he like repeats himself for the 40th time, but I do the same thing. So
You're not that far on the spectrum.
yeah, I'm way smarter than Elon. I'm just kidding.
But he was saying something about it almost making it a moon like a tourist destination.
I
And
do
they
remember
do have
that.
a rocket coming out that's like, fuck, what did he say? 10 times or 100 something ridiculously fast. Mind-bending fast for how big it is.
Yeah, and I feel like I think I listened to the same part that you did, where he was saying he's like, yeah, these are supposed to be able to carry millions of people,
Yeah, like a lot.
and
of
you're
people.
telling me that with that planted already, that you already heard, and you were like, oh, no way. You really don't think that we're gonna be, what is it,
populating
outer planetary colonized?
in
There you go, intergalactically colonized,
Oh, that's out of our galaxy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
or
right.
whatever. Eventually, dude, we're taking everybody over. You know?
So, look, but in our lifetime, no, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think can't land on Venus, can't land on Mercury.
For obvious
can't-
reasons. It's not in the Goldilocks zone. That makes no sense.
No. I mean, neither is Mars.
It's more habitable. Not burning.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't land on the two closest to the sun. So the next best step is Mars, because everything else outside of there, other than like a couple Jupiter, Saturn's moons, maybe.
Yeah,
that we can
Jupiter,
land
you'd be
on and
crushed.
Do something there, but
I think
Yeah,
the gravity on
um,
Jupiter is
but-
like so intense where you'd instantly like go to Brando sites as soon
You
as you
won't
step.
you won't even motherfucker. You won't even get close to the surface.
You just get dragged down, right?
Yeah. Straight into the core. Yeah. But Mars, there's no incentive to go to Mars other than what's the ROI on it, right? Elon does have the money to burn. I don't think he has that much money to burn to set up something on Mars to inhabitable enough.
I think you get
for us
one of
to
those ships where
start
it's
to
like
repopulate.
over 1 million people and everybody's like, okay, I have my job. My job is to go do this on Mars. I feel like that's definitely possible.
Possible, yes, but why? Like that. So what? When we went to the moon, God damn it!
I like your
When
question.
we went to the moon, all right. When we went to the moon, it was because we were trying to outdo the Soviet Union, right? It was during the Cold War. That was the thing. We were pushing beyond that. Once we hit the moon, and the Soviet Union said, "All right, you win," because of course we moved the goalposts. We said, "Cool, we won. That's it. Wash our hands." Went there a couple more times, and that was it. Like there was no need to push the boundaries anymore. So what's the need for us to push the boundaries on going to a different planet and repopulating?
I like that question on why, right? Because we kind of like with the whole Mike Bianca setup, right? So I'll ask you with some intent. Why not? Why not?
Look, I'm all for it. Absolutely.
Would you go?
I-
If they were like, all right, we need
Right
we need a surgeon
now?
on Mars. We need you,
that's-
Brando.
That reminds me of my question that I ask people. Whereas if you had the opportunity to go to the moon, it takes 3 months to get there and 3 months to get back. You just go onto the moon, stay there for like a day. Would you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd
I'm
be
coming
surprised.
back,
A lot of
yeah.
people say no. Yeah, you're coming back, but you can bring one person with you.
No,
Like, no contact with anybody.
I'll raise
to the
you
moon and back.
an even crazier question. I'll raise you an even crazier question with that. Aliens land on Earth.
Easy.
They talk to you. They're like, Caden Spencer, we have an opportunity of a lifetime. We're going to take you for 2 weeks, explore the galaxy, shit you've never even could think of, to go explore the galaxy for 2 weeks. But in real life time, that's 10 years. 10 years is passing on Earth. Would you do it?
I remember you asked me this question.
Would you do it?
I want to say no just because that's so long. Like imagine this is gonna get dark, but imagine you're gone for 10 years and your mom's dead.
Oh, fuck!
You know how much that would fucking
No,
suck?
I agree. My mom's getting old, boys. It's one of those things where it's like,
oh,
fuck.
that's so long. That's so long.
It's like, sure, I
Even
got...
6 months is a long time, which is why people typically would say no to that question. 10 years though? Oh my god.
10 years. But the thing is, you could possibly see things that you could bring back to Earth and completely change the course of Earth. So are you selfish or are you there with the greater
your loved
good?
ones?
What?
Would you be able to tell your loved ones?
You can leave a letter. You
hey,
can leave a letter at your house, and that's
I'm
it.
A letter?
A letter.
Not even like a
Videotape?
oh my god.
No videotape. Make you sound like a VHS.
I'm gonna be selfish.
You're gonna be selfish and not go? Okay.
Fuck. I see.
I go to the
would
moon though.
want to.
I'd do that.
Fuck.
It's 10 years.
I'd want to so bad. It'd be an easier decision if I wasn't married.
Right? It would be an easier decision if you weren't married. Say if you were to ask Misha, what do you think Misha would say? Be like,
Bye,
I got
Misha,
this
10 years.
opportunity to go explore the galaxy.
If I had it and I told Michelle,
Yes.
do
Do you think she would be like, you have to go? Or would she be selfish and be like, hell no, I want that to myself. I want that fucking
Maybe.
Brando booty.
maybe she
10 years.
come here,
10
boy.
years, no Brando booty.
Take me and tie me up and now aliens can't find me anymore. Yeah. Fuck.
I mean, for me personally,
Probably not.
I'd do it. For sure. Right? Like, dude, imagine what you could bring back to Earth. Right? You could bring like a hoverboard back. You could bring like some kind of, I'm looking at it kind of dark. You could bring like a virus back that could completely kill the entire Earth. But I'm not going to look at it that way.
Ooh.
Look at it more optimistically.
Like a virus from Prometheus.
Yes. Yes.
The what killed the engineers.
The black goo. Oh yeah.
The black goo.
Okay.
Long rabbit hole.
Go ahead, Brando. Go ahead.
No. You go. You
All
got
right.
you got a couple more of these game questions,
Oh
right?
yeah. All right. Do you think that there will be 100% self-driving cars in your lifetime where your driving is not even going to be a thing? Like driving yourself
like-
is not going to be a thing.
Like, does a car that'll do it 100%, or the whole world is
The
gonna be
whole
100%?
the whole world is going to be completely autonomous with cars.
I think so.
I don't think so in my lifetime either. I think there's going to be
can believe that.
some old people that are like, hell no, dude, I ain't giving it no
Need
AI.
my muscle car.
Yeah, need my American Mustang, boy. You know, but I don't think. But I feel like we're already seeing autonomous cars now. Dude, did you hear about that cat
Exactly.
that got killed in New York? That got run over by a Waymo? Fucking delivering food. Like apparently, I think it was in like the
What the fuck
Bronx
the
or
cat's
something.
doing?
Yeah, apparently in the Bronx, there's like this cat that was like famous
was
in the
jaywalking.
Bronx. No, he was on the sidewalk, so that's why people are upset, right? So the Waymo delivering like Chipotle or whatever runs the cat over, and so people are like, "Oh my God, AI is uprising! It's killing our cats first," right? So do you think that eventually Amazon is kind of going to do that, where there's no delivery, there's drones? You got to give me an audible answer,
Aren't
Caden. You
they-
can't just nod, bro. Second time on FTS or what?
Brandon looked like he
Aren't-
wanted to say something. I was
Well, I'm
preemptively saying
Just thinking,
yes.
like, aren't they already doing that? I thought.
Yeah, but you think it like
Weren't they already?
Amazon
experimenting?
drivers are not even going to be a thing?
Yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah,
get rid of them.
I think that's completely, as Caden said, they're a waste of time and money. So
Valid.
that's what came from Caden's mouth.
Good shit,
for
Caden.
sure, So
Good shit.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Next question. That one was pretty easy. That
All
one's
right.
pretty easy. All right. Do you think in our lifetime the average life expectancy is going to be over 100 years old?
what is it now? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure if I'm correct, I think it's 70. I think it's 76 for men, 78 for women. If I am correct. That's like
in
just
our
under 30 years.
lifetime?
Yeah.
I want to say in
78
our lifetime,
women's.
no, but it is possible with the right changes.
Right. Have you guys seen that one guy online that is like trying to reverse his age? There's this guy that is doing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about, Brando?
Yeah, let me get them really quick.
Yeah. Like so, there's this guy that is doing all of these changes to his body. Like I don't know if he's chemically changing his body, but he is. Fuck, I don't even know exactly what
like
he's
a
doing.
mad scientist.
He's doing. I think he's doing stem cell.
Brian Johnson.
Brian Johnson. What a normal ass name.
Let's see. Colonel. Nope. Come on. All right. Anti-aging attempts. October 13th, 2021, Johnson announced an anti-aging attempt called Project Blueprint. Johnson underwent a series of 6 monthly 1-liter plasma transfusions with his son as the donor for one of the transfusions. But he says he will not repeat the transfusions due to lack of benefits. Oh, okay. What the fuck?
So he's a fraud.
Gay. Yeah, asshole.
Yeah, I already don't even like this guy.
Using your son?
Name.
Yeah, that's the ultimate selfishness right there. You know, he's like, let me just take my son's sperm or whatever the fuck, sperm count, whatever the fuck he said, sperm cell transplant. But
He's taking back shots from his son. Reverse aging. Just
oh man, dude, the back shots of youth, that's
Reverse
crazy. That's fucking crazy. Oh man. Okay. Next one. I'm done talking about back shots of youth. Okay. Do you think that we will have alien contact on a public level? Right? On a public level. Do you think and that could mean many things. That could mean the government is finally like, guys, we have aliens. Or something happens where middle of fucking Times Square, like in every action movie ever, where the fucking Avengers come and the aliens start in New York and destroy it, you know? Do you think that we could possibly see aliens in our lifetime publicly?
I'd bet money on that.
I would too. I feel like we already have people are just like there is this taboo-ness about talking about aliens where they're like, I don't know how the way the government works, but it's like if you leak that there's aliens, you die. You know, the secret society comes and kills you. You know?
you either die or get discredited, right?
Yes.
And they come after you hard. I believe so, and not only do I believe so, I fucking hope so.
Yeah.
know if you guys remember, we had a similar conversation to this at the gas station taqueria. I don't want to like just start name dropping, but I remember we were asking if this whole alien ordeal with like hearing stuff from aliens like has happened before.
What do you wait?
What
Hold on.
do you-
Repeat back to me one more time. What? Paint me
Was
a
this
picture.
in Texas?
Texas, in Texas.
Okay, all right. I was like, I don't recall this. Okay.
Okay, not Brando, but
This is when you and I went on our adventure, like when everybody else
no,
was
no,
kind
no,
of
no,
chilling.
no, 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 no. The whole team went to the gas station.
Oh,
taqueria.
yes. Horrible
Now
idea.
you remember.
Yeah, horrible idea.
Okay. Yeah.
I do remember. And so, what was the conversation of?
We had the whole conversation about are aliens real? How we heard contact from aliens.
Yeah.
And we were trying to ask, insert name, just
Oh
in case.
yes, dude. Yes.
Can you type it in chat? Type it in chat. Please.
Yeah. I can't do
I'm
it. I
very
can't do it.
curious.
Everybody, I almost just spoiled it for everybody, right? But so there's this story that I
okay.
feel like is completely true because there's tons of witnesses. If I'm correct, they talked about this on Joe Rogan as well. There was a town in Mexico that apparently a spaceship crashed, and these people, the town folk, found these aliens. One of them was extremely hurt, and this officer, I don't know if he was a cop or like a security officer, ends up taking the alien, carries him, and the entire town saw it. Right? There's a statue in the town of the alien, and so the guy takes the alien to the hospital, and the hospital's like, "Whoa, we have nothing to do with that here, right? Like, we have nothing that can help you. Like, go to another hospital." So they go to another hospital. There's records of that in that hospital of the alien being there, of like some kind of strange thing, right? And then weeks later, they get the alien back up to health or whatever, and there were two of them, right? One of them was hurt, one of them was not, and they apparently went off, got pulled up by their homies in the spaceship, right? They went out into a field and got recalled back to the ship, and the guy who carried the alien, months later, he had some kind of infection that no one had ever seen before, and the guy died really young. Randall, are you looking it up?
I'm trying to. I mean, I know of Roswell.
It's that black.
Is that it? Is that Roswell?
But I never heard of anyone taking a alien to
A hospital?
hospital. That's what's throwing me for a loop. Yeah, because Roswell was the big incident where UFO crashed. There was what, 3 aliens that were recovered.
Maybe
that
it was
were
3.
supposedly recovered. It was said to be a weather balloon, but government officials came and just cleaned up the site. I'm looking through it really quick. I'm trying to see, man.
Because I mean, it's so hard because like with word of mouth if an entire town sees it,
That's the thing.
that's the hard part. Is like if over 50 people are able to vouch and be like, dude, I saw that. It's like, I'm low-key gonna believe that. To where you build a statue of an alien in the middle of town. That sounds insane.
That seals the deal.
Right? That's like, you're almost not like worship, but it's like, man, this is like a deity that's been here. It's almost like, for certain businesses, like when we went to that sandwich shop and they're like, oh shit, are you Stephen Hatch? And they took a photo and they put my Polaroid in the sandwich shop. You remember that, right? It was kind of like that.
You're so famous.
Right? And maybe it's like that. They're like, oh damn, let's make a statue. The alien came to Earth. Like that's like our version of like a selfie. Build him a statue.
But you're saying they took him to a hospital. They have records of something being there in a hospital. That's notable. I feel that plus the a lot of people from the town sticking with the same story or whatnot, right? That'd
be some serious brainwashing to
hard.
get a whole town to say
hard,
something.
Yeah, it's hard for the bigger the group, it's harder for a lie to stay a lie, right? Or it is a lie. That's feel like something with the government. If the whole government's in on something, like someone's gonna spill the beans, or the story's not going to be the same across the board, right?
Yes.
It's tough.
But the whole town
It's
has the
tough,
same
especially if they're
story.
sticking to their guns. Exactly.
Right? You're going to be like,
That's,
hey,
that's credible.
Weird.
wouldn't it be crazy if we all just told a fucking lie? You know? Because the thing is I get it. Sometimes when something traumatic happens, you know, the way your mind remembers it can kind of be construed with, you know, some details, right? So, I mean, some people out, dude, after a traumatic event, like, they don't even remember it. It's like shell shock where they're just, like, in fight or flight mode, and they're like, oh, like, I blacked out when the shots started going down, you know? Like, that's definitely been a thing, so it makes you wonder, with something like that, to see an alien, holy shit, bro. Like...
See, and you know Bob Lazar?
Yes. He was... I'm pretty sure he's
So
one of the
Kate-
lead guys for Age of Disclosure, that movie.
Sure. I'm not too sure. I'll take your word for it. But Caden, do you know who Bob Lazar is?
He's a scientist,
I
right?
did not.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, let me see really quick. Yes, and he was hired and working on. Sorry, copy paste. Working on. Here, let me see. I'm sorry. Background, education, boop boop boop. Employment, claims to be a physicist. And have worked in the capacity during his tenure Los Alamos.
Yep.
Menson's physics facility. That's where it happened. It was. So, he was there. He supposedly went worked on some components of like a UFO, and he wasn't sure what it was. He was just top secret, and it's not like he's working on all of it complete. It's he's a physicist, so they're taking one aspect of a UFO and making him like backwards engineer it, right? And then at one point he could only speculate what he's working on, and it he's not giving much information. And then at one point they take him to a hangar where there is this UFO floating there. He said he was
Floating?
able to crawl up, floating. Yeah, that yes, it's floating.
Holy
it's just
shit.
floating there. He was able to go inside of it, and it's for like these smaller aliens. He couldn't stand up. He's not a tall guy, but he said he couldn't stand up.
Like the
in it.
stereotypical little
And,
gray aliens.
Exactly, yeah. And
Interesting.
And everything was very sleek, right? Kind of blended in with the interior with itself. There wasn't any notable buttons or anything. There was like one console, he called it, because they didn't have any other word to say. One console that maybe they piloted it from there. He just
Dude,
doesn't know.
They
'cause
could be
there's
complete
nothing.
telepaths, right? Where they don't even need to touch anything.
Exactly. Yeah, and he said that there was one of the panels or something was you get to a certain spot or you wave your hand over something it turns translucent that you could see out but you can't see in.
What the
Right.
fuck?
So it's
Like
like their
active
window.
camo?
Right, and
Holy shit.
but again he can't ask questions.
They're just telling him,
told to be
look
quiet
at
or-
this, back engineer it. Make one.
Pretty much, yeah, right. And he was able to see it because he needed to know he needed to know like a specific part or something, right? And that may help him. So that's when they took him into the UFO. I think he saw it like twice or something, and he finally came out. He only worked there for maybe a year.
And that guy's alive?
He came out, spoke. Yes, they've tried to discredit him. I don't know if any hits have been hit on out on him, but he hasn't worked. I think since maybe been, I don't know, hiding. I wouldn't want to say hiding,
Oh, dude.
but and this is back in the 80s.
People aren't going to
and-
kill him until they
he's-
realize that he's telling the truth.
Then and the truth again, it's he's stuck to the same story since the 80s.
That goes far back.
No deviation, and he's not like braiding you with like this is what he's like. This is what I saw. Make your decision on what it is. I don't know. He's like this is what maybe I think it is, but I'm not too sure because I couldn't even get answers. So
Crazy.
Active camo, dude.
Right?
That is crazy to think about. Because if they do have some kind of cloaking material that's on the outside of their spaceship, we would never know that they were there, ever. So they could be watching us at all times, and we would never know if they could just project the image of whatever's behind them in front.
Types of simulation.
I think about that all the fucking time. As if life is a simulation. I think about that all the time.
Tons of situations.
Tons of situations, boys. Okay. Before we get... That was a great... Brando, I like that. I feel like I've heard that name Bob Lazar before, because I think there's this movie called... I've never seen it, but I was talking to it with my girlfriend's grandpa. It's called Age of Disclosure. I heard about it first through Joe Rogan, and I watched the trailer for it on YouTube, where I don't think it actually even shows any images of spacecraft.
Oh, this is the new one. Yes.
We talked about this, right?
Okay,
Like a long time ago.
We did, yeah.
Right? So I don't think that there's any actual footage of spacecraft, but the whole thing is a lot of these government officials are kind of like coming out, and they're like, hey, this is kind of weird. Like this is, and the whole point of the Age of Disclosure is the fact that on a public level, a lot of this stuff is being kept in secret behind closed doors, but none of it is getting disclosed to the people that would probably be affected by it the most. If an alien invasion happened, who would be affected the most? The average the people that are on the ground, you know? So I think that's one of the things that I don't think they're looking at it as an invasion, but that's like a thing where people should know at a public level. Like if there are aliens, people should know.
I think it's gonna break down the whole.
I think it would cause panic.
I agree with that too.
Aspect of society.
I agree with that one as well, because some people are so endowed into their religion, which I'm not hating on it at all. Like I completely understand, right? I wish I could. When you're completely endowed into a religion like that, it just shows commitment, faith, and complete buy-in to what you believe in. Which I'd love to do that, but I just asked too many questions. I think you
just can't drink the Kool-Aid.
Exactly, right? And we saw the photos. You drink the Kool-Aid, you fucking die on an island, bro. Not it. That is not me. But the people should know at a public level of like what kind of if there are aliens. I mean, especially if they're watching us, And that's the main part about Age of Disclosure. Where they're like, hey, we have found alien like technology or something like that is not of this world. And I just think that is just, I don't know why it's so taboo to think about. So never mind. I do know why it's so taboo to think about, because what you just said is the religious aspect of it, where people will be like, oh God, there's no God, and just, people just freak out, So I just think it's so interesting that, I feel like we need to know. I don't think I'd be freaked out. Would you guys be freaked out if they were like, we have aliens? I'd be like, oh man, like what if they're the homies?
Wouldn't be too surprised.
Honestly, dude, send if anybody from the government is listening, send me to make first contact. I guarantee we'll be fine.
Jesus Christ, you'd bring out the Sheldons of
the Shelda photos of space.
Yeah. No. Sheldon from Hawaii.
No, I was talking both.
Sheldon from CBS.
We got Hawaiian Sheldon, we got Black Sheldon from CDS, and we got Shelda photos. We get all three of those people together. Those are the three horsemen of the apocalypse. Those are the people that are going to tell the aliens not to blow us up.
Wild.
I like where this way is going.
Yeah. I've been looking for it. I need to see like an episode list or something. But radio show Coast to Coast. It's a AM radio show. I know my dad's listened to it. I've listened to it a little bit with him. But I know they do a lot of guest on with talk about aliens and whatnot. And one notable one I remember listening to it someone going on about how we've already made contact with 3 different alien species. There's like the little grays that they talk about, right?
Okay.
And they're friendly and whatnot. They're working with the governments of the world, not just us, but like of the world. Wow. There's that one. There's 2 more. One that essentially kind of just is around, but they're not dangerous. They're not violent or anything, but they're not as involved with us as like the Greys are, right? And then there's another species that comes and goes that is hostile and just wants to,
What?
wants to get rid of us, and like the other two are helping kind of protect us or just like alleviate the pressure from them, from the hostile one. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. It was fun to think about, like just like wow.
My
Can you think?
mind is turning. Like, okay, when it comes to the hostile aliens, one, Mike Bianca, why? Why do they want to blow us up, right? What is their intent, right?
Yeah. Why not?
Why not, baby? Why not, right? Like, that is crazy to think about because it's, man, dude, 3 different species of aliens, and the Greys, the kind of disassociated ones, and the hostiles. Where are you hearing this?
This was on
Coast to Coast podcast.
Coast to Coast AM radio.
Coast to Coast, yeah. Oh, here we go. Tall whites. That's the ones. I think they were a little more standoffish. So you got the Greys, the tall whites, and damn it, trying to look for the
You think they're racist against each other? Like, oh man, fucking white boy, hell no.
maybe. Nah, this is that's 3-body problem. No. There's little Greys, the tall whites. I'm blanking on the other one. I don't know.
Okay,
This is turning into a
but it was Coast to
conspiracy
Coast.
I am fucking loving this shit, right?
alien episode.
Okay. With all this talk of conspiracy talk, do you guys think that there could possibly be in our lifetime human clones? Where they would make a carbon copy of Brando, same memory, same face, same everything, completely synthesized from your DNA,
It's like, so like taking a strand of DNA.
right?
So wait.
Because they cloned sheep. Tom Brady cloned his dog. I don't know if you know that. That came out, I think, today.
Really?
Look it up. Tom Brady cloned his dog. Look it up.
I almost want to say that maybe in the sense that it'd be the same thing on the surface, but not underneath. Like, how would you instill memories into them?
Oh,
I feel like if DNA is
was-
if DNA is really like what it's theorized to be, like you are, like DNA is you. Like DNA is your
Like
everything.
the DNA
Your-
holds the memory.
yeah, like your whole construct of everything could possibly hold your memory in your DNA.
So
You
then
know?
there's the question of,
mean-
'Cause isn't it like-
do you think that every person has a soul?
Oh,
So now it's different,
absolutely.
but different.
No.
So do you think you can replicate that part of it?
Man, that
Different part.
I
of
like
it.
this, Caden. I like this. You're warming up. You're warming up into it. So, I do think there's a soul, because if there wasn't, why do we get such a weird feeling when people die and leave?
because you're aware of it.
Because
right?
their
I mean,
soul,
you're-
because their soul is gone.
I mean,
It's like it doesn't physically affect you. That's why it's like the heartstrings. Kind of like it hits the heartstrings in a way.
yeah, because you had a physical connection
Nah.
to someone, right? I mean,
Nah.
Brandon doesn't think
it
people have
was-
souls.
Yeah, you're a fucking asshole, Brando. No soul.
I mean, whatever. It's someone dies that you have no relation to. You see something on the news, and like, does that pull at your heartstring?
No.
All right, then.
That's valid.
Like,
Damn, that's a
I don't
valid
know.
point. It's a valid point. I'm not gonna be the guy where I'm just
Yeah.
gonna argue my case, but that was an incredibly valid point. I see videos on Instagram of people getting fucking murked every single day, and I don't feel a single thing.
exactly. You go, damn. Next.
Yeah, you're so right, bro. You're so
Right.
right, and I am desensitized. I am so desensitized from everything. But that holy shit, Brando. That was
So-
fucking great. That was a
so-
great perspective right there. Wow.
So you talk about like cloning the. Man, I don't know. You said something about DNA, right? Oh, that's right. DNA containing your memories. Was that along the lines that you were
Yeah.
saying?
Like
So-
imagine if someone were to get a single strand of your DNA, they could completely clone you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I'm not talking like, obviously a hair follicle is DNA, but I'm talking like DNA from like, I don't know. Your
You
deepest,
get it.
darkest
You want my
secrets.
semen. I know.
Like the helix,
Oh.
the actual helix.
Yes, like the
Yeah.
helix, you know what I'm saying? Right? And isn't the helix like super long if it's like super stretched out?
Yeah, I think it is.
Isn't it like
Yeah.
3 miles? I feel like it's either 3 miles or like you can wrap around the earth or some shit.
Here,
One
I
of-
have.
No in between.
I have the amount of information in DNA is vast. With one estimate suggesting 1 gram of DNA can hold about 215 exabytes of data. And
Damn, then give
and
me
a
an
single
eighth of
human
DNA, bro. I'm
genome-
in.
And a single human genome contains about 6.2 billion bits.
Billion bits.
Billion bits.
What is the bit? What is the bits? What is that? Like gigabits? Is that a form of data? Is that what, is that what, no, is that what you're saying?
Like,
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like code.
So-
Okay, yeah, gotcha. That's what I was
Yeah.
asking.
So, human can be encoded with 2 bits of information, resulting in roughly bits or about 775 megabytes.
Still saying no. I don't
Yeah.
think you'll get a clone.
You don't think you get
That's
a?
like on the
um,
list of like futuristic topics. I think that's like really far stretched.
I think you could
We're
probably.
not flying cars.
I
before
think
we do.
realistically in our lifetime we could see clones like to the point to where like I would look like imagine I see a clone of Caden, but it is like dude seriously not Caden, like fucking under by you know
The
like,
Bizarro kid.
right?
Oh,
Yes.
have you guys seen I think it's on Netflix. Mickey 17. It's with
Is it a movie? A show?
who played? Yeah. No, it's a movie. From Twilight. The Batman. Fuck, what's his name?
What?
Robert
Pattinson. I was like Twilight Batman. What?
Yeah, he was a star. He was the main guy, and it's in the future. I think they're on a ship or something. Kind of. They're it's fucking perfect. They're on a ship, going to a destination on a planet, trying to see if it's hospitable for life, and he gets the job of being the experiment human, so that he goes out there and sees if the environment is habitable. If it's not, then he dies. But they have
Sucks.
all his DNA and everything, and they just reclone him. They have a cloning machine reclone him.
That sounds like some
His name's
Prometheus
Mickey.
shit, like all the synthetic people in that.
Yeah. Yeah, his name's Mickey, right? And the movie's called Mickey 17 because he's the 17th version of them. So,
Wow.
but he's not the same every time. There's something mentally different about him every time.
That's what I'm saying. There's
So-
something with the memories, something up here.
Yeah. Like, do you think there? I mean, I wonder if it's like he could be losing a part of himself with every time he dies. Like, so the 17th version of himself, he could be possibly missing some of his personality. I've never seen it. Brandon, you seen it?
Yeah, I have. Good movie. Honestly, really good movie.
I gotta check that out. That sounds like Prometheus.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, anyone go check it out. Mickey 17. I think there's a book too. Didn't know that until after I saw the movie. But yeah, definitely go watch it. It's a really interesting movie. Entertaining. Nothing mind blowing, but is a good movie.
Wow, that sounds insane. All right. Last one.
Thanks for the recommendation.
Last one. We went on a real rabbit hole with these. Okay. Do you think in your lifetime you'll see robots in every household? Like robots.
Like
Fine robot.
like
like-
ones that like do my dishes. type?
Humanoid creature made of mechanics and metal that will fold your laundry, do your dishes, wash you in the shower, jerk you off, whatever you need.
Now we're talking.
So it's like
Yeah.
60 years.
You don't
give or
think so?
take for that to happen? I would say yeah.
I think that'd happen
think
in our lifetime.
They're actually
To do
they're
normal
actually
chores?
starting
Yes.
to sell those. I saw this when I was scrolling on TikTok that there's these humanoid robots that they're selling now for like thousands of dollars. Obviously, they're still doing like the human like behind like the VR set, like trying to help with it, but they're starting to sell them.
Oh, I think I've seen
Where
this,
they're
and people are like,
do your dishes or do laundry.
yeah, and people are like, oh, well, I don't want these motherfuckers using VR chat in my fucking house, because the robot can only I think I might have seen the same video too, because the robot can only go so far. It can only do so much with the data that it has now. That when it gets hung up, it is like, oh shit, let me call an operator, and now boom, now a human being in like a fucking Xfinity fucking helpcast area is like looking through your robot's eyes and like, oh, well, there's laundry right here. Fold, 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 fold.
I think it's gonna happen, and I think it's going to end up into an episode of Black Mirror. It's
What about iRobot?
That's what I pictured immediately. iRobot. You guys are winning me over. I could see that. You really got me on board with the sex robots.
Yeah.
We finally got Brando to say yes.
Yeah. I'll share my sex robot with you, Caden. That's fine.
Someone left there.
Your sex robot is
don't
modeled
question
after,
why it
is
looks-
cloned after Caden.
Yeah, let's say don't question why it looks exactly like you. It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever.
It's like damn, why is your bot so handsome?
Nah. I show it. Logan.
This reminds me exactly of when we went to dinner in Texas, when you're messing with the cashier. And she was like, "You guys look like brothers." Like twins.
Yeah. So one thing that we'll do is whenever we're out and say if we're like checking into a hotel or something, and he's staying next to me, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is my boyfriend," right, or something like that, right? You know me. I go, "Yeah, this is my boyfriend. Daddy's paying for it, right? Because one of us paid for it or some shit." And she goes, "Oh, that's weird. You guys look related." We're just like, "Oh, well, yes." We usually use that joke or a gay lovers, one of the two, right? And so she's like, "You guys don't look like gay lovers. You guys look like brothers that are gay lovers." And we're just like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, stepbrothers. What's wrong with that?
I look like looking at a mirror.
Step brother, baby, step brother. You know, hey. What a weird concept that like porn has made that so normal, where it's like you're like, "Oh, you step brother." Isn't that weird? Isn't that just so fucking weird? But anyway,
Unless Brando's
Completely.
yeah, completely. It's Brando, you. Right. Okay. So now that we're kind of getting towards the end of the podcast, Caden, I want to ask you some more personal questions. Okay. Very recently, you and I have recently connected on a shared experience. So I know you've recently gone through the struggle of losing your beloved pet. Talk to me about that. I've gone through the same thing very recently. Tell me about how you've gotten through it, and maybe we can, unite with this.
It's honestly, it's just time. Like it never stops hurting, and there's always a day or something that happens, or you'll see something or remember something that always just reminds you, or like at least reminds me of my pet, and it's like, damn, I wish I had more time with them.
Yeah. How do you think that's affected you? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's weird in the sense of it's a sense of loneliness. Like for me, I grew up with my dog through high school, through middle school, into college, and there's so many reminders, and they're just not here anymore.
Mm.
It makes you feel lonely. I have a photo right here, my dog. Just
Good boy.
I miss my dog.
Yeah. So what's a thing that you usually do to kind of, I don't know if it's really necessarily cope, but how do you deal with it on an everyday basis?
I honestly it's I don't even know if I cope with it. It's just I have to go through my day like normal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I don't want to be in that spot where I am suffering, and it hurts. Like even the day after it happened, like I had to go do stuff. I had plans. I had to go do, and it's like I have to go do my day-to-day tasks. I can't like quit paintball because of it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I have to do the things that make me to keep going.
Right, and it's definitely hard where your companion animal. I mean, if you were anything like me, dude, that dog obviously when you're growing up through that part of your life, dude, it's seeing you in some of your most crucial development stages, right? That dog is with you when you go through every breakup, when you go through everything in high school, like a failed grade, right? When you get in trouble, when everything, that dog is with you, you know, and it feels weird when like at least for me, like I still like look around my house and I'm like, damn, like I remember when my dog would be sitting there, right? I mean, I'm weird. If I'm being honest, dude, I still have my dog's bed in my room that I just can't get rid of it. It's just one of those things that I just like. I don't know if it's just me, but there are some things where I just can't get rid of it.
I mean, that's weird at all.
Right? Do you have anything like that where you're just like, I can't, I have to?
Not specifically with my dog, but I like similar to this. Like I've had both my grandpa on my dad's side and my grandma on my mom's side. I have things that are in my room right now that I never get rid of.
Yeah, I remember when some of that stuff went down, and you know, I remember the change in you was very noticeable, right? You were a little bit more serious, you were more reserved, you weren't as happy-go-lucky as you normally were, because obviously something traumatic, something tragic and traumatic happened. How are you dealing with that? Like, if anybody that is also going through the same struggle as you're going through with the loss of both your grandparents very simultaneously, what advice would you give them?
It's kind of similar to the sense of I wish I had another day with that person. Is I would hold on to the people that are still in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm gonna go the next day. I'm gonna talk to you, Hatch. I'm gonna talk to Brando. I'm gonna try my best to put on a smile on my face, and then you guys will probably smile, and then I'll actually feel like smiling. It's a loop. Like I'm gonna hold on to the things I have, and cherish it.
Yeah, and I mean, one thing I'm incredibly grateful for with this team is that, especially with all of you guys, is, you know, when I went through that, it was devastating for me, and you guys had my back to where it was like it didn't feel. Obviously, it was incredibly tragic and traumatizing, but you guys made me feel like it was going to be okay when at that moment I felt like my world was crumbling, you know, and. Did you have any kind of similar feeling to that?
Yeah,
especially with the grandparents. That must be incredibly hard to go through.
It definitely does feel like that, where it's like, damn, like shit is going downhill,
mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna get better. But I mean, it gets easier. It gets easier
Through time.
There'll always be reminders, and you'll always miss them, but it'll just get easier.
Do you have a favorite memory with your grandparents?
I almost want to say I'd rather think in the sense of they've instilled stuff into me. Like take my grandma for example. Like I have like the same love for like animals that she has. Like where it's like she had like a love for ducks, and I love looking at ducks, and something very small like that kind of sticks with me a lot more, where I can see my grandparents like in me.
Definitely. I mean,
I see that a little bit more.
So I remember this memory that I had with my grandpa that I was like a little kid, and we had this long like side yard, and we had these little dollies because my grandpa would move a ton of wood, and so when I was a kid, we would ride on these dolly. He would like push me on this dolly. And I remember one time he's going so fucking fast, and he's old, right? He's 94 now, but he was old then. I remember, dude, what was so amazing about the memory is, dude, we ate shit. Like, he fucking goes, oh shit, fucking accidentally tripped. Now I'm just flying over the handlebars of this dolly, right? And obviously I was crying like a little bitch because I was a kid. But it's just like something like that where I'm like, it kind of makes me think like, man, I could be really upset about this and be like, oh man, this kid's crying. But I could just look at it like optimistically, you know? You scraped your knee, Junior. You know? And that was one of the things that he definitely instilled in me is optimism. So that's awesome that your grandmother instilled that love for ducks for you. Because if I am correct, you have a tattoo to that, right?
Yeah. I have duck feet tattooed on my leg, and I have it with my mom and my sister as well.
That's cool.
To kind of remember my grandma.
Yeah, and you know, one thing that I like about the podcast is when we tell these stories and we kind of like solidify it and cement it into the internet, the history of the internet. It's kind of in a way where, I mean, my grandparents have dementia where they're forgetting a lot, but it makes it to where if I ever have dementia, I can kind of like go back and like rewatch these and just like look back at my memories about what I was doing at that time. Right. So I guess that's one thing that I love being able to do, and that you can do, Caden, especially where what you learn from your grandparents is you can teach a ton of other people that, you know. And I think that's the best part about community and paintball is everybody's open to talk about stuff like that. Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Okay. So last little bit. Here we go. Caden, I put on the Patreon that you were coming on. I got 2 questions for you from the Patreon. Ready for this? So Mike Ryan wants to know, what made you want to join FTS, and are you going to be making every episode, or are you going to be taking vacations like Brando?
Goddamn, Mike. All right.
Well, honestly, it's being around you guys. Like, the energy is awesome. I love seeing, like you said, making the history. I love going around with you guys, filming the content. Like, I've always been that guy where I'm filming the stuff for you guys, or like I'll chip in like, here's an idea. So I love doing it. It's fun to do. And for the other part of it, we'll see.
Yeah, right. Because what is so much fun.
Every show needs a good PA. You know, Caden, I'm out of coffee now. Hey, I need a refill.
Get him, boy. Right? But
I know Brando has a tendency not to talk too.
Brando does have a tendency to not talk, but dude,
Motherfucker.
Bob Lazar, you were killing it with Bob Lazar, Brando. You were killing it. Let me just say, that is probably the most I've ever heard you talk, ever. But and one reason why one of the reasons why I asked you, I was like, dude, I think you should definitely come on as like a part-time member of FTS, like not only as a journalist and designer, right? Because Caden's one of those guys who's going to be designing a lot of merch with a little kind of sister company that we're building up, right, through clothing, right? We're going to be coming out. So, Brando, do a little spin for me so I don't have to. These are prototypes. We're working on them right now, but merch created, right? We're going to be ordering some more hoodies. We have dope t-shirts. They're not your normal typical cotton shirt, right? So they're definitely good to go underneath your jersey while you play, right? So definitely hit up me or Brando, right? We'll get you laced up. But yeah, one of the reasons I was like, he's already filming and he's already doing so much for us. Why don't we just have him as like a member, right? I almost want to look at it as like, this sounds so weird, but like FaZe Clan in a way, where it's like we're like members of FTS, you know.
On that note too, keep an eye out for maybe possible new content.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely got some new content. Me and Caden,
something in the works.
Yeah, me and Caden are basically almost every day bouncing ideas off of each other of what like I'll randomly text him. I'll be like, while I'm driving, which I shouldn't be texting while I'm driving. I'm not admitting that at all. But I'll use voice to text, and I'll be like, yo. And I say like a one word, and he's like, what the fuck does this mean? And I'm like, just don't let me forget that, right? And then when we get to the field, we'll explain, we'll bounce ideas off of each other, right? So a lot of the stuff you guys see on FTS today, Caden is without a doubt one of the people that contributed to it, right? So FTS wouldn't even be as prevalent as it is when it comes to content without Caden, because
I'm basically like Batman. We're gonna set that in stone.
Yeah, basically, right? Do you have a Batman mask?
I don't. I need to take the top cock.
Ooh, what about the voice?
Oh, the top cock.
What about the voice?
Yeah.
What's this?
I'm Batman. Where is she? Where is she? Rachel.
Back right.
Oh God. Oh fuck, dude. You know what? Another thing that is also coming into the works. I am working on something on Patreon exclusive to where only the people who subscribe to the Patreon and pay that monthly fee are able to access it. Is in the works. We're figuring it out. Everybody, I appreciate how patient everybody's been with me, because I'm not an expert. I'm still learning a lot of this, right? There are a lot of times where I'm asking Brandon, I'm like, dude, blank. Like, and just asking, like, what do you think of this? Or Caden, what do you think of this? Right? And if I'm being honest, one thing that I'm really proud about myself is, at no point have I gone back to Ryan and been like, hey, dude, how do I do this? Which I'm not trying Ryan would help me no problem, but I've learned. Right, and I've learned the hard way, right? And that was one of the things that he told me is like, he's like, eventually you just got to learn the hard way. There are no questions that you can answer, right? And everything is through knowledge of word of mouth of the internet, or you're watching a YouTube video, you're going through Reddit threads, you're doing all this stuff on ideas, and
trial and error.
Yep, trial and error, right? And I think we're doing okay, boys. I think we're doing okay, but. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Second question. Laster Lopez. You know him very well. Caden, who was your first celebrity crush, and was it Brad Pitt? That's the question right there.
It was not Brad Pitt. Hatchet, I don't know. I forgot why you took it down, but growing up watching Transformers.
Oh, Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Yeah, Megan Fox. Honestly,
very
dude,
first.
Her thumb is kind of like what kind of fucked me up with her. Her one deformed thumb.
Like AJ's toe. It's whatever.
She
Nah.
she wants.
Amen, dude. Work you like a sock puppet or a thumb puppet, whatever.
Damn straight.
I mean, that's crazy. If you're looking at it as like AJ's toe, you want AJ's toe fucking jerking you off? Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not, bro.
There's 2 hands.
Damn, dude. I mean, that's valid, dude. That is Megan Fox.
Speechless. Sorry.
No, he's saying she needs 2 hands from me. I appreciate it.
Nah, dude. I'm. Okay. Childhood crush, dude. I almost like. This is gonna sound crazy. It was a cartoon, bro. When I was young, do you remember seeing Starfire when I was a kid? I was like, damn, dude. Or like.
That's a good pick.
No, did you know another one that got me, dude? Loki Ferrell, dude. Blackfire, Starfire's sister in Teen Titans. Holy shit, bro. That one fucked me up, dude.
Speaking for the people.
I was a new man right there, dude. Seeing Kim Possible, Shigo. Bruh. What's up, Brandon? Are you looking him up?
Hitting all the marks.
I did, yeah.
Which one did you just look up?
Starfire.
I looked at Starfire. Yeah, no, I didn't know who Starfire was.
What? Do you know who Blackfire is? Look up Blackfire. It's her sister.
And if he doesn't know Starfire, he doesn't know Blackfire.
You're absolutely right about that.
Blackfire. I've seen them. I just.
Are you looking at Teen Titans Go or like OG Teen Titans?
Teen Titans TV episode from 2003.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I remember seeing these two together, but I didn't watch much of Teen Titan.
That's crazy. Okay, Banda, who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh, the first one where I was like, I just can't get enough of her, Vanessa Hudgens.
Okay.
It just
Selena Gomez
every time
definitely
I
had a
saw it, I was
chokehold
like-
on me when I was a kid, dude. Wizards of Waverly Place?
Yep.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Just eyes all on her all the time.
Dude, that is so fucking true, bro. Damn. Vanessa Hudgens. Dude, okay. There's actually a scene from High School Musical where she's in it, because apparently she doesn't know how to swim, and they're like at like a party, and she's like actually like if you look in the scene, she's actually like almost drowning. Like in the pool, they're like they're doing like some kind of high school party, and there's a pool, and she's in there, and she's like low-key almost drowning, because she didn't know how to swim.
Oh my God.
Are you looking it up?
Oh boy. Hold on, I'm gonna get lost. Hold on, dude.
Oh God, this
He's
guy.
lost in the sauce.
He's Vanessa Hudgens, Rule 34.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
You're cooked, buddy.
What was
Vanessa
yeah.
in pool.
Dude, I literally just swimming and was like, oh, all right, we're good.
Oh yeah,
We're chilling here for.
not in the ocean, bro. Where it's those fucking TMZ photos where she just looks magical. I'm talking when she's in High School Musical.
No. No, she's not in High School Musical. She is not underage in this one.
I feel like all of them were like 25 years old playing 16 years old.
They were like about 20 or so.
Yeah. You're good.
So look, I'm gonna turn my camera off for a moment.
Damn. Okay, so we got Vanessa Hudgens, Blackfire, Megan Fox. Megan Fox is a solid pick. I still have her poster. I don't think.
Growing up with Transformers.
Bro. Linkin Park. I will never forget that dopamine at the end of the first Transformers movie where Optimus Prime is like giving his speech. He's like calling all Autobots that, Earth is like the place where, that we should assemble. Dude. And it's like, what I've done. I almost got copyright for that. We got to be careful with that. But that scene was legendary, bro. Where it's like Megan Fox, like on top of Shia LaBeouf, on top of Bumblebee. I'm like, bro, that is the fucking.
I don't want to get too off topic, but the CGI back then too.
Oh, so good.
Was so good.
I remember from Transformers 2 where they send that one into like the military base. And it like
with
nanobots.
Like, it was like the microbots.
Yeah, it's like nanobots,
yeah.
and then it like turns into like a razor blade thin transformer. I was like, what? Like, how do you even become the ground zero person to develop that kind of CGI software? Where do you even start with that? How do you even design that?
You know about when they had Devastator, they had so many computers to make the CGI for Devastator.
What? Is Devastator, is he the one that's kind of like a brown truck?
No, he was. I forget which Transformers it was, but
that's Devastator's the one where he's attacking the pyramid.
The giant, the giant one. Yes. Where it was like a tractor and a bulldozer.
Yeah, and he had the big old balls.
All these different parts. Yes, that part.
I do remember that.
The two giant wrecking balls. Yeah.
Damn! Holy shit, dude, that is fucking crazy. I remember going to the movies and seeing those when I was like a kid. Damn, dude, Michael Bay. I remember people give shit to Michael Bay about all his explosions, but bro. Guy was a master at his work. But alrighty, guys, I think that's our sign to wrap it up. We've been going for a long time now, just over 2.5 hours. Maybe when I edit it down, it might be a little bit below 2.5 hours. But Caden, okay, the entire world. I've been doing this for everybody who's been on the podcast recently. If the entire world was in conduit, almost like an Attack on Titan, where you are the one person conduit and you could contact every human on Earth and tell them one thing, what would it be? One thing. This guy.
Thinking deep.
I like it.
Could be worse.
Could be worse?
Could be worse.
Okay.
So put a smile on.
I like that. It could be worse, so put a smile on it. I like that. All the kids that are getting their hands chopped off over rubber in Africa are like, well, sucks to suck. It could be worse.
Yeah, that's so much worse than I wanted.
No, but I like that, though, because I actually say that a lot. Like, man, it could be worse, right? I could be ugly, or, oh, man, it could be worse. I could be fucking morbidly obese and fat, Oh, it could be worse. I could be dead right now.
Too many magical donuts.
Man, that was an OG question. So, okay, to the audience. If a magical donut maker came up to you and is like, hey, I'll give you $100,000 per donut, but every donut you eat, you get 10 pounds of pure fat, and you can't trim it off unless you work out the hard way. How many donuts would you eat? Just look at yourself that. Leave it in the comments. Let us know. Right? But now that we're getting it ready to wrap it up, Caden, where can people find you at? Where can people keep up with Caden Spencer?
Instagram,
and you'll be on the podcast every once in a while.
Yeah, I'll be on the podcast every once in a while. I'll probably be around you two at tournaments.
Yep.
People just want to say hi. Just look for the guy that looks like Hatch.
Yep. Man, dude, it is fucking
slightly
crazy.
Taller one.
Right?
Slightly taller. Slightly more attractive.
This is a beautiful whatever. This is a beautiful transition, right? Because cue it back to the clip where the Green Day started playing. We're like, oh man, look at the transition from AKM Fernandez, Ryan Hatch, and now we got Brando. Now we have Caden, part-time. But we still have Caden. It's just one of those things where I love expanding. And this is one of those things where, dude, I'm glad to have you here, Caden. Wouldn't want to have it any other way, right? So, all right, now that we're wrapping it up, Brando, cool guy of the week.
Cool guy of the week. Boom, sent in the little chat.
Not Bob Lazar.
It's actually going to be not Bob Lazar again. This is actually going to be a cool lady of the week. So, her name is Leslie Smith. So this is some body cam footage of an officer trying to stop some a thief or whatever, and running out of a store, and he's chasing after her, and the person that he's chasing jumps into a car and speeds off, and he's huffing and puffing and starts running down in the parking lot, and then faintly in the background, all you hear is, "Want to hop in?" He
Oh,
goes, "Yeah." He jumps in a car from just some random good Samaritan, and they take off and they chase this car. They don't completely chase it down, but they stay within eyesight of it, and he's on the radio calling it in and where exactly they are. They eventually corner the car and arrest them. They gave her an award and everything, just for helping out and whatnot. It was just cool good Samaritan. It's like something,
wow.
um, almost a situation that it's I don't want to be in, but I'd like to think if I'm in, I'd help. I think about that on my way to work or from work or something. Like if I see a car accident, a big car accident happen right in front of me, like I would like to think I'm stopping and I'm running out there and trying to help.
I mean, since
Do
you have
whatever I
medical
can.
experience, do you feel like you're like obligated to, or do you
To
feel
an
like you're just
extent.
obligated to,
Right.
as a person?
Both. I don't feel obligated as like a person. In the medical aspect, yeah, see what I can do if they need, if there's something I'm able to do, but as a person, not necessarily. But I'd like to think I would. I'm a good enough person in to offer some type of services. Uh, yeah, I don't know. So it was a good feeling. It's like hell yeah, good for you, Leslie Smith.
The community's healing
Cool
with
guy of the
that.
week.
You know, I feel like there's way too much hatred towards cops now, where it's like people that actually want to help them. Finding that is few and far between now, for sure. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when people like, bro,
For sure.
you're putting yourself low key like in a line of danger. You don't know what that person could have on like in their car, right? That you're chasing down.
Exactly. And they asked her that if she was scared. She, no, I just saw that he needed help and had the means to help.
What a great person.
I was like, good, fuck yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. Holy shit.
Nice
So-
lady.
I like that a lot.
Leslie Smith.
Leslie Smith. Shout out to Leslie Smith. All right, Brando. What's your code word of the week? You got one?
Ooh, you know what?
I like that you make it up on the spot. I was trying to do that.
So
What are you
I'm
holding,
thinking-
bro? What is that?
what?
Is that one of those pretzels? Is that a pretzel?
Some like yeah, it
Is that a
is.
thin
Yeah.
pretzel?
It's stale as shit. But um, but with the new member here, I'm gonna throw it to Caden. Make it up on the spot. Give us a code word, something meaningful from the show, from you. What would you say? A little phrase, one word, whatnot. What's meaningful to you that we covered?
For a code word though?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have to be like one word. It's just something comes to the top of your head. Something that the fans and the listeners can send us, showing us that they're real listeners.
Mm-hmm. What do you got?
I'm gonna go with the opposite. Why not?
I knew it, dude. I was thinking that the whole time. I was thinking that. I was like, if he does not say, why not? I'm gay. But I knew you would say it. So I'm not gay. I knew it. That's my guy
I
right
got you,
there.
bro.
That's my
I
guy
got
right there,
you.
dude. Hey, and with that, that is our new member of FTS, part-time journalist, part-time investigator, part-time whatever we need him to do, content creator, Caden Spencer. And without further ado, thank you to our sponsors, Welts Clothing. Make sure you guys use code FTS for 10% off. Get you guys some dope drip, dope snapbacks, dope jerseys, underwear, shorts, socks, whatever you need, I think. Welts Clothing has it. Use code FTS for 10% off. Hormesis Productions, whatever they come out with, go check it out. Whenever they drop a new headband, go grab it. Go talk to everybody at the Hormesis booth. Go get yourself a nice, dope. It looked like, when I was last there, it looked like a dope vest. Sick vest. I don't know if I'm a vest guy, but I want to try it out because Hormesis makes such cool stuff. And then finally, last but not least, Capital Edge Paintball Park. If you want to come check out the new World Cup layout, it'll be live this weekend. All three of us are going to be playing on it, getting ready to go to World Cup and shoot for a win. So without further ado, guys, if you guys are listening, we love you. Bye.